the weekend once again on the Showbiz Arena on Ghana Talks Radio. My name is Pakwesio Mare. As I mentioned earlier in the morning, I promised to be back in the afternoon, and here I am with my ugly face and bushy hair. Yeah, but complimenting me are two beautiful ladies. As usual, we welcome you on the Showbiz Arena with the entertainment bit from Regina Bliss. And today, we have a special guest complimenting Regina and I in the studio in the person of Miss Debbie Mensah. Deborah,
yeah.
What's up?
Everything is cool.
Everything is cool. Everything is fine. Everything is nice. All smiley Debbie and all, yeah. But yeah, Debbie is here. Reggie is here. Reggie,
yeah.
Are you ready with what you have for us?
Excuse me, yeah. I'm ready.
So what do you have for us?
All right. So starting with, we will be looking at Empress Gifty and Nana Agradaa.
Hey.
So yeah. So
Gospel artist and
fetish priest.
Hey, but she's evangelist.
No. She was once a fetish priest.
She has upgraded.
So once a fetish priest, always a.
Was then once is it once a prostitute, always a prostitute. The tag is always there, no matter what you do.
You could have used once a soldier, always a soldier.
Oh, so that one, yes, always a soldier.
Yeah, now once a prostitute, always.
You know, once you're a fetish priest, I believe that no matter what, when you even see Christ, you see the light, it is still tagged
as a fetish
in as
priest.
much as I'm not, should I say, the Holy Spirit, or I'm not God. I can't see deep within her. She's still a fetish priest to me. And I didn't bring me I
mean,
seriously. So
when you
we
park
can't
school,
tag
number clerical.
then clerical.
Oh,
Bobby.
on Bobby.
You know,
That's what that one, she doesn't use it.
But what class of school? And then the worst is, and I walk as
No, see, it's not like I'm in support of what she does or what she's doing. But you see, we don't have to judge people.
Oh, but this is not judgment. We are saying what we are seeing.
No,
we are saying what we are
seeing.
seeing.
She said she has changed, and then she is now an evangelist. So why still tag her with fetish priest?
Okay, let me ask this. Reggie, if I say I've changed, maybe back then I used to smoke at a pub.
You are still a smoker.
Oh, Reggie, Mama, don't see it.
Okay. Sorry.
We go home to pub Friday and you made me boom.
Now say, okay.
But me incessantly in an essay, men copper bone coshibim. To see a mere feature.
And 2% say Agradaa, ne fetish priest, ne yamano, ne a sikaga, no, you won't feature.
I mean, have you seen anything different aside the
news? With your illustration you are given, okay. And we all say, no. But once a fetish priest, always a fetish priest.
Okay.
So Nana Agradaa, she's still a fetish priest. There's nothing that can take away that tag.
That tag.
Yeah.
Okay, but what has she done with Empress Gifty?
Alright, so once Nana Agrada's issue, I think that was last week, was really circulating on social media, on radio stations and also television.
Aside Koji's cafe,
that is the root. No, that is the root cause of the issue.
Okay.
So apparently, Empress Gifty Nukunu and a count okana. In the sense that he sat on national television to say that Nana Agradaa said that due to this brouhaha, she wants to return the money back to Sammy Jenfi.
Okay.
But if she would do that, she would take a long camera and also double the money. And Hobson said that okay, since I also you send back the money, dear. Is it MPP or say NDC grassroots for? They should gather, NDC grassroots. They should gather in front of Sammy Jenfi's office and wait for Nana Agradaa. Once she comes,
oh, who said that?
Hobson said that.
Who is Hobson?
That is Empress Gifty's husband.
He's called Hobson.
Oh, my auntie Ghana. You are not in Ghana.
Maybe Hobson be one controversial. Hobson Adoy.
Is it Adoye or Adoy?
Hobson Adoy.
Yes.
On an Empress Gifty.
Yes. You don't know.
Really?
Oh.
Oh,
And
you are
they
lying.
made videos, and I think
You
they
are lying.
posted videos on Instagram
Boxing
and
out,
stuff.
Yes.
Na your name Empress Gifty.
Yes.
Eh, we are say. Ah, asa no kra na muka.
Oh, it's
Oh,
true.
serious.
Hope Senadoy,
Yes.
the politician.
Yes. The once NPP member.
Ah. Okay, what do you have to ask me?
All right. And you know, munya, and on Agradaa, you knew Nana Agradaa did also on Kananuntum.
Yeah.
He really insulted and dealt with this man to the extent that the wife also chopped stray bullets.
Oh.
And no muna, near any son, I would sue. I would sue you. I would take you to court. But you know the most surprising aspect of these court issue?
No.
Apparently, Nana Agradaa herself granted an interview. She's saying no one has served her with any court case.
Yeah.
No one has served her with any letter. And I was like, so you've just posted this defamation suit on social media, but you've not even sent. And I say, be a winner and our own person a fetish president.
But then kasa no kafano.
Eh, my main kind.
Dear kind.
And I'll Becca. Okay, so to our listeners, it might be it's a bad language, but they should pardon us. We would have to
Sasa no kind.
Very bad.
Sasa no kind.
She's just quoting her.
Quote.
Mina kameka ochimu ba chimu no din do nti mamenka obrofo.
Can you see?
Menka ni chi.
Yeah, can you see?
I say in chi ututu ne yere nimpo.
Oh,
Ubu no.
can brofo.
Ah. I say you even respect your promiscuous wife.
Oh.
You respect even that wife of yours who is a prostitute.
Oh.
Your wife flirts and sleeps with dogs. Dogs licks your wife's vijay, and that is how she makes money to cater for you.
Yanko kachi.
Yanko kachi
Ni
dia.
nyao
Dabi,
kanina chi. We dia kanina chi. Opa, can brofo akosi last part.
Na last one
Na waka ni chi.
Mate. And also I can say pastors who invite your wife to sing have sexual intercourse with her in their offices before she mounts the pulpit to sing.
Oh.
Yes. And also
Anybody say I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Into us.
Kwa kani chi.
Minye. And also I can say you left your cheap prostitute wife that have sexual intercourse with pastors to attack me.
Oh.
I'm not a toy like your wife. I have not repositioned my nose like your wife. Do not extend the foolish things you do to her to me. Your wife's vijay has become a common eating bowl for some pastors.
Someone just sent me a message asking what is VJJ.
Oh boy. Wow, I said now Obisa.
That person knows what it is.
Oh, he doesn't know. For the sake of our audience, what is
Okay.
VJJ?
You can go and research.
You see my name,
Yeah.
then you remove the RE, then you add the VA to it.
Hey, Reggie.
Yes.
Oh, Reggie, Professor Reggie. Say, see what? Yeah, upgrading from evangelist to professor. Hey.
It's very, very serious. And then she is saying she has evidence, like
Agradaa.
against Empress Gifty. And then I saw a video of her saying someone called her, one person that Empress Gifty sleeps with, called her and then told her that she should stop what she's doing, and then Empress Gifty is his girlfriend, so he shouldn't attack her if she's dealing with Empress Gifty's husband. So that's what she was saying. And then about the letter, I saw the letter myself, and then I looked at something, and then I had to do research on it because I saw in the address, Agrada's address, I think Empress Gifty, she doesn't know Agrada's address, like her real address, or maybe her house, or maybe somewhere that they can give the letter to her. So at the parts they wrote Agrada's address, they wrote something like I think they wrote something there. I'm coming. Let me check.
I'm sorry, Yana.
No,
But
it's.
But you know, I have an issue with
Empress.
Empress.
Okay.
You have a banter with the husband and not Empress Gifty.
Okay.
So I believe that you should address him. Whatever accusations, whatever excuse me to say rubbish you want to say to him, just go ahead and say it to him. But you don't involve another. Exactly.
Okay.
So that is the problem I have.
But you see, Sabani Street into quite new formula.
Think I can almost say public figures, celebrities.
And there are two grown women. Like, what is all this insult? I got like some will. That's what.
And you know, I would say I'm not saying Agradaa is not mature, but I would say Empress Gifty is very mature.
Yeah,
because she just served them with court letter.
Has she said it?
So that is what I'm coming to say. So the thing there is, they wrote into brackets plaintiff to direct service. That is what was under Agrada's address. So I did a research on that, and then I found out that if they have something like that, plaintiff to direct service, it means if the person is not having the address of the person that is sued, you write that thing there, and then it makes sense that you can use other platforms
to reach out
to reach out to the person. So immediately the person sees or the person confirms that he or she has seen the
lawsuit.
The loss, yes. So Agradaa made a video saying she has seen
so she's implicated as
that
well.
she has seen it. And I don't know if her lawyers or she herself, they don't know or they didn't research about it, because she came out to come and say that she has seen it, and then it's on social media, but she has not gotten any. So right now you have brought out yourself that you've seen it. So they'll you have to go to the court. If they call, you have to go. 20 million. It's not easy.
20 million Ghana cedis. And Empress
I think no.
But
the fact that you're a Christian, doesn't mean you should let people trample upon you.
20 million Ghana. Yes,
oh,
1 million Ghana cedis.
If she goes to church twice,
she gets it.
Oh really?
She will get it from my church people.
I did bring Mama
she can even use the dollars.
Doji was so cry she can go back to Sami.
Oh, but someone is saying that she can double the amount of money Sami Jenfi gave to her.
That's true. That's true.
She'll get it.
So I'm not a double money. Double money. Where do you you cry? Hey, but Charlie. No, but I think the insult were too extreme.
Yeah, too much. And you don't even have evidence.
But she said she has evidence.
The person called her saying she should stop, and that is not even evidence. Yes, that's not even an evidence. I'm making sure she's telling lies.
Oh, she's lying.
Oh, you look at what someone just said.
To me, that and comfort
someone just said
people
something.
Are so blind.
I say I thought there be a school here power because ni Agradaa ye school and call in your cry.
Exactly.
But
and you even call yourself an evangelist.
Mama Pat.
Oh, come on. You have a church. Isn't you having...
That one is so funny.
Oh.
No.
Heavyweight champion.
Heavyweight champion.
That's what she calls herself.
No, her
the church.
Heavyweight.
Yeah, heavyweight champion.
Heavyweight. Oh, I thought you said heavyweight.
No, heaven.
Why didn't get more?
It's very serious.
Charlie.
And the fact that she has come out to say she has seen it circulating on social media, then it means you know about it and you have to show up.
Yeah. But I mean, Ghana here, these things doesn't work. Suing for defamation.
Sure.
Aside so far, Nipa Mons and the Ayer Juma, Matan Kuma, on
the way, yeah.
On the Ebe Punch, I was still also a Virginia. But Obia can be a young position.
So did he pay?
Yeah, I think he did.
Okay.
Because she was like, no, she will go.
Then I think if you are serious about getting it,
if you are serious, I'll bet you.
And you have serious lawyers.
We are serious. Charlie, I know Mokra come with Momon can be family.
So Agradaa said, Agradaa said her lawyers have not told her. She said her lawyers have not told her anything. She has not received any hard copy of. So she's not showing up.
Oh, Charlie. But I'm beginning to go with the comments we just received that sometimes education really matters.
It really matters.
The suits against you serves you in a way that just having an idea, it becomes a service to you.
Exactly.
It is a work I say one who social media. But
So you could have just sat in your house, like you won't say anything about it.
Denying the fact that you see.
And her mouth really worries her.
Sound.
Because if she says something, she'll insult and insult. Right now, she said when Empress Gifty's no, the side chick she was talking about. When the person called her, she was like, okay, she won't insult Empress Gifty again. She will only take it to the husband. And then she has gone. She made a video saying, you see that name, no code nice, no code pressure.
No fine, yeah.
She said now that is her name. The name is not for Empress Gifty anymore.
And I also saw a video where the husband was addressing that.
Yeah.
That Agradaa. That this is the Meboni di Agradaa. Some no co fine is a trademark, so she shouldn't mention that
now
name
it's her name.
Oh,
No, but I don't. Okay. I don't know. Who say? I say I saw never be so on my woman. Yes, sir. Because Agradaa should have been shut down a long time ago. She was a scammer. She was a fraud.
Oh, thank you.
And I mean, yeah, all of a sudden she comes out to say, she's a pastor.
I don't even
Do
know
we
why
have a Christian council in Ghana?
We have.
I don't know
What
why
are they doing about it?
they even allow those things on the TV, the television, for people to come and advertise such things. It's not good at all.
It's a radio station and a TV station. They do what would fetch them the money.
The money, so, yeah. Well, okay. Anyways, but so would you support? Are you in support of?
I'm in support
the
of
lawsuits?
Empress Gifty.
Yeah. That's for that one.
Yes.
And if they take the money from her, and maybe she gets the money, like that woman, she has done it before. It's not like this is the first time. She has really said things about people. So I don't know. They should do something about it.
Yeah.
Like
they should serve as something to her. Yeah.
And it shouldn't only be about taking the money. If we are even supposed to serve a jail's term, I think it would really help.
Hey, where you tomorrow?
Oh no. Because she has the money. She has the money. She'll still keep on doing it. Since I have the money, the only thing they would ask in return is money, and I'll give it to them, and I'll continue doing what I want to do.
Okay, all right. That's fair. That's fair. Anyways, so what else do you have for us?
All right. So moving to the issue of Guinness World Record.
Hey, if you have something, I could bring.
Oh, if that's something,
we are done with her.
We
are done.
So
they say this Guinness World Record of a thing. I don't really blame Ghanaians. I only blame Hilda Basi, that Nigerian
what did she do?
chef. She's the only one I blame because she was the one who started it. In as much as it's something that is good, as a human, you have to set a target. You need to accomplish your ambitions and all that. It's good. But was it 2024? It became so severe, especially in Ghana.
Okay.
Everyone wants to do something.
People did kiss-a-thon. Stand-a-thon.
And even braiding.
Braid-a-thon. Makeup-thon. For the makeup-thon, she won. She got the certificate.
Oh, really?
Exactly. She got the certificate. Wow. And now Chef Smith also didn't dare be pie so. Hey, Chef Smith. Hello, sir. Hey, she scammed all of us to the point that he even scammed radio stations, TV stations, media houses
to interview him.
Hey,
and he would lie.
But see, let's be honest. Don't you think journalists in Ghana we are lazy? Like I'll put all of us.
Okay, I'll say we are lazy because we don't do our
we couldn't verify this thing
whether it was true
or not. Gave him the platform to.
Okay, if it was you, would that thought even come to mind for you to verify it? In as much as a media house,
because you feel like he came out to do it, and you won't see him as someone who would lie.
Okay,
you won't see that.
Let's take it from this angle. We were all here when a certain man had the courage to present awards from UN.
Dr. UN.
So if this has happened before and we all were like hailing him until something popped up, we realized no, that's not true. So if that had happened before, and we are still vulnerable to
exactly.
it, no, it should speak a lot to us as journalists. We should do better. We should do a whole lot better. Cause,
See, even though people would go to any extent, I don't think someone would waste a lot of money, set up a press conference, go make a Guinness World Record certificate just for the hype. And when he was coming, as will be a true when your certificate, and someone was beside him, encouraged, oh, hey, I'll quit you.
And if he wasn't caught, or if it didn't come out like that, he lied to us, he would have continued.
Exactly, he would, and still be extorting people.
And then when they caught him, he said he was just doing it so he would get the money. They are suffering at home, his wife, children. Who doesn't have wife and children?
Really? That was what he said.
We are all suffering, but
Charlie,
we will not come and lie.
Serious. So this brings us to our main discussion. So a Ghanaian man is to swim from Accra to the USA. DJ producer, please display the video. You still here for no best shot, see free.
That is what I asked.
I was
like, is it that they will do some swimming pool and connect it up?
Because I don't think there's a connection.
So my mind, I was like, is this guy using the sea? What is what at all?
And he said to do it on the June, 6th of June.
Of Ghana.
Yes. Seidu. Dauda Seidu by Yigo.
It's very serious.
I mean, see, like when you stand before the sea, like you can't even tell the direction of a sea.
Yes.
So how are you going to determine this is the route to
They'll just be going.
US or whatever? I mean, they should respect us. These people. This is an impossible feat to embark on. There's nothing shows that you can achieve this. Nothing
at all.
I don't know what he wants to achieve with this because no be on tuna for Reggie
Hey, I shock.
I mean, here to US now. How could Togo grow into me? I'm not. It's true. From here to Togo, he can't.
At all.
And I believe whatever you are doing, it should have a reason. Even photographers, when they take a picture, it has a story behind it. But you are just embarking on a swimathon.
If they ask him why he's doing it, he
doesn't know. I remember last time a lady embarked on a swimathon. I think from if I'm not mistaken, from Ghana to Togo.
Okay.
And the reason why she did that was to check, how is it called? You see, people sometimes dispose rubbish in it. She wanted to see how clean the waters were, and I think that is reasonable enough.
That's quite reasonable.
But with you are just doing it for doing its sake.
US. Second, the man who's come to us now. He's the second version of the chef.
But see, I don't know. When people want to embark on these things, do they inform the Guinness World Record Association? They do.
Yeah. You need to.
I think they send an email.
And so they also see this thing and give them the permission.
Yes.
There is a record already on that. That's, I think,
from Ghana to US.
No, it wasn't Ghana. Tunisia, between Tunisia and something, I didn't really pay attention to that. Yeah, so that one too, the person did it for, I think, about 78 kilometers or so. They do that too. You know the whites, that's for them there. Even if they will die, they don't care.
They just want.
So there is already a record on that one. And then this man. So maybe if he appeals to them that he wants to, they would give him the go ahead because someone has done it.
No,
but this one, I don't know.
I mean, see, I believe there are rivers. There are rivers that we can easily tell that, okay, this river can connect from Ghana to, let's say, Burkina or to Togo or something. So I know, can say you are swimming from here through that river to that end, it makes sense. But from Ghana to USA, I mean, what is the path?
Unless Atlantic Ocean.
It's serious.
Unless the ocean.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah,
So,
sure.
unfortunately, I wanted us to display the videos, but one or two reasons.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
that's
videos
fair.
can't be displayed.
That's fair.
Okay, so moving to our next story, the CEO of Ghana Comedy Awards calls for government to support comedy.
Okay.
The chief executive officer of the Ghana Comedy Awards, that is Dennis Boatin. He's saying it looks like our governments these days are not really, or for a long time or over the years, these people, or should I say the tourism industry, or industry as a whole, are not really paying much attention when it comes to comedy. But for him, he believes that when it comes to comedy, it can really contribute immensely to our economy. But as a omatiada, and you would all attest that in Ghana here we have stand-up comedians, people who are funny, people who set the mood, people who make our stresses go away and all that. Yes, so he's saying that they should invest more. Governments particular should invest more
in comedy.
Exactly, like the way they invest in the tourism industry and also the music industry.
But in comedy, like how do you invest in comedy?
Me, I don't see anything about investing in this one.
You think it's not important?
It shouldn't be like music, the music industry. You do your thing by yourself. We will support you. I don't see any government should, because there are good things that the government should invest money in rather than comedy.
Are you saying comedy is not a good thing?
They'll come for you.
They'll come for you. See, it's a branch of the industry. We understand, but I mean, you do your part. The government or the public also
don't push you.
But how do we invest in comedy? Like, you want the state to host a comic show or something? I don't know.
Annually.
Ghana at comedy.
Ghana at comedy.
Because we have this thing that I think Charterhouse does it. The 1,000 and something laughs they do annually. Is it Ghana? Is it the state funding it, or is it private?
It's a private.
I think sometimes they even bring some Nigerians to come and do it. And if they do it and it's good, we'll all laugh. They will support you, but investment there.
And even Nigeria with all these heavyweight comedians, we've seen them. We haven't seen the Nigerian state itself engaging in some Nigerian
stand-up comedy whatever.
For national comedy something. So I don't know.
But you would agree with me, it's all part of the entertainment industry.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, for that one, we agree. And it did. But Charlie, I'm talking about comedy. Listen, I wanted us to talk about it last week. The TGMAs. What was his name? Foster Romans or something.
Oh, is it
the comedian who was brought to spice up the crowd?
And what he was doing, people were getting bored. Like, people were mad at him. Did you know that?
You see, if the government should
he
look
was talking too much.
That's
how we saw it.
If the government really looks at it, the government won't invest in comedy.
Then it means he's not a comedian, because any comedian I know, even with your talk, should even be funny.
Exactly.
And with the time he was doing that too, it wasn't favorable. Look at TGMA, they started around 7, and it took them to 3:40 something to close. Around 2, they are coming to mention then you are now coming to like comedy. Why? So everybody was just mad.
As a wako wedding, I see no mbeche and MC Kasa Bebre.
Hey, Reggie.
Food is important.
Reggie and her terms. But I mean, comedy is a good fit in the industry, in the entertainment industry as a whole. But you know, I don't think Ghanaians really do appreciate comedy.
But investment there.
And secondly, how to craft it to become an industrial body on its own. That's how I see it. Ghana, when we speak of comedians, normally right now the only person we say can pull the crowd is Obi Amponsa.
And Clemento Suarez.
Clemento is
That
also
guy
very
too.
good. Yeah.
Very good.
Clemento OB. Aside them, we hardly really have some heavyweight names that you see. DKB has made their name as a comedian, but people haven't really grasped his
And
style
this
of
guy,
comedy.
what's his name? The guy that his wife left him and now he's like his
Funny face really started very well.
that guy.
He really started very well. I like how he was
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
The dancing and stuff, but you know, along the line.
Cow and chicken. And his movies, his TV series were also very interesting.
The trot driver.
Yeah,
Mm,
and the
due to
cow and chicken.
circumstances.
Yeah.
Look at
Oh,
us
sure.
now.
Then you just relieve stress and
Stress
all
and all.
that.
Yeah, same old.
It's not
Anyways, so for the investment, I mean, I don't see how governments
It's not
can
relevant.
invest in. I mean, how our governments be invest
easy. You
in
can't
comedy.
top 50 things that we want the government to do, guys. Not part.
It's not bad. Hey, Debbie.
Yeah, we can do.
Debbie, Nkrofo ebe ha o. Nkrofo
It's
ebe
not
ha o.
bad.
Or should I say you're mean?
She's very mean. She's very mean. Very, very mean. Hey, we'll be craft, pa.
Oh.
We're degrading us.
But I think with what he's saying, I wouldn't say that the government per se should invest in it, but the people who call themselves the comedians should rather invest in themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you invest in yourselves, you put in more work before other people would recognize you.
Sure.
But it looks like these people, Matiada, they are
Yeah.
relaxed. They
Yeah.
are not even doing it anymore.
Yeah.
I would say it's only these content creators who are trying to put smiles on our
On our
faces.
faces.
But the so-called comedians, they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
They
We
should
want
ginger
like
up.
a typical stand-up
Exactly.
comedy. Like
Yes.
you see, KSM used to do it.
KSM,
Who is
yeah.
KSM?
Whoa!
Oh, maybe if you mention the whole
Gen
thing.
Z.
Indomie babies.
But Reggie, you know KSM.
You see, I didn't know about it, so I said, yeah.
So you didn't. You also know.
Then me too, yeah.
Oh, you
See, if you go somewhere, they say something, say, oh, yeah. Don't say no.
It's true. I know the person.
Okay, who is KSM? What's his complexion? Is
Brown.
he dark or fair? Is
Brown.
he old or young?
Old.
He's
For
that.
that one.
The way you
He's
said
old.
Gen Z, he'll be old.
Yeah, so KSM is.
This man.
Yeah, that's KSM.
Oh.
Debbie,
Really
you still
old.
don't know him.
No.
So don't know you. Oh, then I'm not a Gen Z. Oh. I'm not a Gen Z.
you might be Gen Z, but Debbie is just Gen F. Or something.
Oh, he's 68 years.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
I
nice.
see.
So yeah, he used to do it. He had the audience, and but I mean aside that, and we had this guy coming into, is it David Oscar or something? Yes,
A Ghanaian.
yeah, he was a Ghanaian. David Oscar. He was all on this TV station Viasat 1.
Is it David Oscar Dogbe?
Definitely that's.
He
supposed
was
to
a
be.
Ghanaian musician.
That's the
That's
guy.
him.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the guy. He has been through.
He's still alive?
Oh yeah. Come on, yes he is.
I thought maybe he's old.
Old age.
Yeah, David Oscar is alive.
Viewers, pardon me.
Yeah, so I mean that is how it has been. We haven't really been able to carve out the comedy section of the entertainment
Yeah.
yet, to brand it as a branch on its own, and that's becoming the problem. If the comedians can come together, find a way to brand their sector of the entertainment, I think that will help. That's
Yeah.
going to attract investors. But other than that, who is going to invest in
can't do
something that,
anything.
we need to see the proof that my investment is going to fetch me a profit before, So that's just by the way. Reggie?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Monaguchi versus TikTokers. This is titled Bass Bos Bos.
It is not
You as the
so.
owner.
I think this fight is a Gen Z fight.
Yes.
So that's why you people carry it. Me, I don't
You
understand.
as the owner and explain to
So
us.
it all started after the TGMA when Monaguchi started on her platform where she does her this thing, and she said that TikTokers are not supposed to. And the other day we did the
Yeah,
showbiz,
last
the
week.
showbiz. I was like, it's not because they are TikTokers that you say they shouldn't be on the red carpet. Like, why? I don't know, human beings. And some of these TikTokers, they really dressed well to grace the place. Look at Wesley Kessie, this AJ Brown. They all dressed really well, and it was nice. So if Monaguchi is saying TikTokers are nobody, they are not celebrities, and they are only influencing their followers, like, you don't say that. And then she mentioned this guy, Ahmed. And Ahmed is someone who is very, very fluent. For that one, I'll give it to him. He is very fluent. So he came to TikTok to do a video for Monaguchi, and then the kind of English this guy was speaking is not really any advanced English, but his tone and everything will tell you this guy. Yes. So after the video, other TikTokers too came up to do videos, and they were bashing Monaguchi. And for me, if
forget
no,
the part where she said that TikTok is a cheap app.
and right now she has privated her account. She has put her account on private because of the bashing. Like, everybody is coming at her, and then she has deleted all the videos she did for Ahmed and for others. You like, one is fearical. That is how we say it. One is fearical. Like, why would you say that? TikTok is not really. It's fetching people money. Maybe not the app paying them, but the app helps them to get money from it. So you shouldn't sit somewhere and just be saying TikTokers are nobody, they only influence their. It's not like that. And me, if not for I knew Monaguchi, I think last year, I don't know. But me knowing Monaguchi is always because of something bad. It's either she's insulting someone or
I only
she's
knew
coming for somebody.
Monaguchi when her law school issue came. She's saying that for law school, she's an immigration officer, blah blah blah.
And even that she did a mistake. She did a mistake with saying Massachusetts. She did a mistake and she was saying something else. Even all that, they used it to laugh at her. So she has deleted all the videos, and then she has put her account on private. If you search her, you know, and she has blocked a lot of people. I think I saw a video of Abna Picabo saying she has blocked her. All this, you looked for it yourself.
But then, so what's the main stand for?
Her main issue is
that TikTokers are not
and
celebrities,
it's because
or-
Ahmed did a video saying
People
Nana
are
Ado.
saying
You see Nana
Nana
Adjoa,
Ikea.
Nana Ikea Ado. That lady, Ahmed did a video saying that he heard that Nana Ikea Ado said she cannot be on the red carpet with TikTokers. But she didn't say that.
People were
She did not.
rather
And
what did she say?
She never
She
said
did
anything.
a
Really?
live. She did a live, and I saw the live. It was long ago. I think that was last year. The live was even last year, the TGM.
So she said,
And she said, what she said, it was something close to that. Yes,
Yeah.
but that's not exactly what she said.
my bregu.
I can't really quote her because it's been long I watched it,
watched
though.
it,
Yeah, but she said something close to that. So Ahmed saying that's what fused all these things, and then Monaguchi was like, why should Ahmed say this thing about Naneke
But
Ado?
looking at this, Monaguchi, you should I say self-acclaimed celebrity? Why were
Like,
you not
nobody
invited?
even knows her. If it's not these
She
people
wasn't
under
even invited to the
people under the
TGMA.
comment section are saying, if not for Ahmed or if not for
Yeah,
this
you
thing,
know.
we don't know you. So
But yet, and you know the part which really got me angry, saying that he is a nobody.
that is what she said.
Okay,
It's
can
not
I
good.
can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
Don't
that
forget
I
that
know,
this is a Gen Z fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And interestingly, I know Ahmed, and I don't know
Okay.
Monaguchi.
Me too.
You
Like, I
see?
didn't know it. Anytime I'll hear about this lady, it's either she's insulting someone, she's dragging someone, or it's a beef between. It's all like something bad.
But guys, let's be fair.
Mm.
And this conversation, we are going to have it on the main show. So let me start it with the Gen Zs. I want to get you. Who is a celebrity? What makes someone a celebrity?
The last time I checked, I think a celebrity is someone who is popularly known.
Okay.
Yeah, someone who is popularly known by others,
Okay.
like very popular.
Very popular.
That is what it says.
Now,
Yes.
the word celebrity means like it comes from celebration. So maybe you are celebrating someone.
Okay.
So if the person is let's take a name like, have you ever heard the name Atai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What comes to your mind when you hear Atai?
They said he was a thief.
Exactly. For this audience.
Oh, Jesus, I said wicked person.
So
He
you
was a
see,
thief.
Atai is very popular,
Yeah.
but his influence
Is that
was a
what-
bad
So
influence.
does that make him a celebrity?
Oh, I heard on TikTok, like other people searched what celebrity was, and then they even read it. My network is really fucking up, so I
Okay,
don't know if you
so-
can read it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Celebrity.
Okay, so they said that celebrity is someone who is widely recognized and celebrated by the public.
Okay.
And we have types of celebrities.
Okay.
The traditional celebrities are individuals who gain fame through conventional means such as acting, singing, or sports.
Okay.
And this brings us to what we are talking about: internet celebrities, people who achieve fame primarily.
Primarily.
Through online.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Through online platforms like YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Primala, you mean?
So primarily, I think the TikTokers are celebrities.
And
Primala.
also, let's talk about the micro celebrities, individuals
Hey, I want to see our
who are
microphone.
famous, yes, who are
This is
famous
why.
within a niche community or specific interest group,
Okay.
often leveraging social media to build their audience.
Okay.
So Monaguchi herself
It's a
doesn't
micro-
fall
She's not.
under any of
She's
this
not.
category.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Unless we give
But
her
I don't know
a
Dio.
category.
We don't know.
Mona Gitsi Odion.
Mimi.
People might not know her, but she has the name.
Name for bad
Monaguchi.
things.
But she
Name
said
for
it
dragging
herself
people.
that you never knew her. You know Ahmed, but you
Yeah,
don't
I
know
know.
Monaguchi.
And people were saying it under the comments. Who is this woman? Who is this lady? And right now, yourself, you've come to look for trouble. You've gone to private your account. For what?
Oh, well, because Primala, she wants peace of mind.
Are you still saying
that?
Primarily.
Do you know
Yeah.
the name they call me here?
You want us to start?
No, don't start. Primala.
Come on, that was just a
And we
slip
have
of
to
tongue.
talk about the pornography thing.
Hey, we are not done.
Before the time, I think
alright.
the time is getting.
Yeah,
Time is not on our side.
Time is
Yeah.
not on our side. But hey, pornography.
Yeah, because
In Ghana
I
here.
really.
Okay, so to our last story for today is about a loved, well-able gentleman, Captain Ibrahim, president
Swar.
of Burkina Faso.
I don't know how to no.
No.
Oh,
Ah.
he's saying that
Oh.
he's saying that pornography has been banned.
Ade.
Adding,
At Burkina Faso.
internet should be a tool for learning, invention, technology, and all that. It shouldn't be-
Invention.
So the invention is which one? The porno.
Styles.
No,
Ah.
I don't agree with
This
it.
Positions.
With you.
You don't agree
Uh-huh.
with me?
No.
Yeah.
How?
Shall I Debbie give me? Power. See.
Seriously, I
Wait,
don't agree.
So
with
you are in
you.
support of porno?
It's not that I'm in support of pornography,
Mm-hmm.
but I think individuals should have like full control over
Of their
what
finances.
they desire to do.
No.
It shouldn't be.
So
we
the
shouldn't rely
internet-
on the government. You government you are telling me I shouldn't go for what I desire.
Okay.
Like
So
Okay.
you desire
How-
porno?
how-
no,
Okay, how does
Sister,
how
no,
does
Sister Debbie
how
said
does-
she desire porno.
that is not what I mean.
Porno.
Hey Debbie. But
No.
Debbie, have you watched pornography porno before?
I won't lie.
You
I
won't
won't
lie.
lie.
Yeah.
And people
Debbie,
watch
you just
porno.
said you won't lie. You
I won't
haven't
lie.
answered the question. Have
Yes,
you-
I have.
You are not
It
answering
might
the
be in a
question.
movie.
Hey.
See, let me tell you, people really watch pornography. I can say that without research, but I can say that 75% of Ghanaians
From
Watch
experience.
watch pornography, not
From
experience.
experience.
No, what have I experienced? They watch pornography, but it's not written on their foreheads. Like while
Like
walking,
the-
you will see that.
yeah, this
No.
guy is a pornographic. Okay.
No. And I won't say it's a good thing, and I won't say it's a bad thing too. Maybe they should put measures that will ban kids, like people under 18, because if you are grown, you know
How
what
is it
is
going
good
to
for
work?
you.
See,
You know what
They've
is good for
actually
you.
banned porn sites. So anything in regards to porn sites or pornographic
Can't be
material.
Oh, they should
can't be
cancel it.
accessed.
But how does watching pornography affect the growth or development of a
It
country?
Of the
affects.
country. No,
I'm
it doesn't.
asking how?
Not
I'm
in the
asking how.
country. In the country, there doesn't. But I believe that this is a leader who has the interests of the people at heart.
Oh, he's doing
And
too
I'm
much.
asking-
No,
I'm
he's not
asking
doing
that.
too
I'm
much.
asking.
Then you would say that he's also doing too much when a case came where he banned ladies from using wig.
Why should he do that? You
I
are banning
think-
me
Yeah,
from
I
using.
What do
I think
natural
that-
hair be both?
See, I think that when it comes to some of these personal,
They're not
decisive
important.
stuff, the government shouldn't involve
They should draw back.
itself. Honestly,
It's not good.
when it comes to things that people want to watch, I mean, we are talking about people's fantasies.
Okay, so we are saying the internet is
Yeah.
a tool
Yeah.
for development, innovation, research, and learning. These 4 key points.
Okay.
And where does pornography materials or pornographic videos falls under these 4?
One, let me say something. One, if you don't want it, why go for it? Maybe you are somebody who you don't want to watch. So what will make you go there and go and search for it? If I want it and then I go and I search for it, that is what I want to do.
Okay, so when you go on X, do you want pornographic materials or it comes to you? X especially. What call X here?
Sir, ebi wo.
Hey!
So when it
comes
happens,
to
when it
you
happens like that,
itself.
when it
Really?
happens like that, if it comes on my phone and I don't want to watch it, I'll either block the person
Yeah, but-
posting that or
See,
something.
Let me.
It's not by
let-
force.
Do you know one thing about this appearance of porn on X and these things? See, on any internet platform, the things that appears on your feed,
Meaning you want
You-
it.
exactly.
Or
Like
you
you've
said it somewhere.
interacted with-
You said it somewhere. The algorithm is so. The algorithm
You're
doesn't lie.
lying. You know you're
Algorithm
lying.
it doesn't lie.
Oh my God, I don't like that.
Seriously, it's true. And she's saying that if she goes to X right now, meaning she's a part. Like she's a part
even
of
know
it.
we have porn
No.
on X.
When
Me
you
too.
go
So
on
which I
X,
was really
on
surprised.
every social media.
No,
Yeah.
TikTok is not like that.
TikTok. Hey, TikTok is like that. No, TikTok
If you
doesn't
post
show
something
you.
like that and they will ban your account, they will give
On-
you
on
several.
TikTok.
Yes.
Listen,
Wow.
TikTok is not a platform for pornographic materials.
okay.
And whatever algorithm you are talking about,
Yeah.
you sometimes we have I think we have about 4 sections. I don't know when it comes to business and personal accounts.
Okay.
With the personal account, we have the For You page
Yeah.
and following. So the following has to do with your friends.
Okay.
But for the
Followers,
For
yeah.
You page, people you don't know, people you don't follow appears
They're
there.
on there.
So on X, that is how
It
it
appears
is.
there because maybe you liked.
We don't like
You like
anything.
some. Seriously,
See,
if you don't
if you've
like
never
anything,
interacted,
if you don't want it,
Prime
honestly, if you don't want it and it appears, just block the
Yeah,
account
or
or
ignore
something.
it.
Nobody's forcing you. And let's say maybe someone under 18
yeah.
has a phone, and then maybe you're scrolling through one of these social media. Maybe the person doesn't have an idea of what it is, and the person sees it, and then you. If you want to be a bad child, nobody is sending you. That's what I want there. If you want to be a
You know,
bad child on your
certain
own.
temptations can't be resisted.
So if
all
you
the
want to
time.
allow yourself to be tempted, that is you.
Oh, madam.
And pornography doesn't kill.
Oh,
What?
but I think spiritually it retards your growth. And even
Oh.
physically, it's also retards your growth.
If you do it, go and pray.
How?
So how
God will forgive you.
How does it retard your growth?
Ask her.
spiritually?
Spiritually?
Yes, it's
We are
very
talking
That's
about
what they
physical.
said.
Physical. You have a girlfriend.
No, it's a lie.
Not everyone has a girlfriend.
It's a lie.
So
has a
okay,
girlfriend.
It's true.
with
So,
that,
and
it's understandable.
with
Yeah.
me, it even helps. Like
it helps how?
How?
Because somebody who doesn't have a boyfriend, maybe the person wants to do something. You
Something
just
like
You just
Let me-
go and
let
watch
me-
it and do like
There
this.
is something, there is something like what? Maybe
Maybe you want to have sex.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't have.
Oh, so it means you do
It's okay.
things
It's okay.
with clothes.
It's okay.
Oh,
okay.
it's not like that. It's not like that.
It's okay.
It's not.
You know Bygone was listening. You know what he can make of this whole thing.
It
It's
doesn't
okay.
matter. It doesn't matter.
So in the
me,
evening,
I don't
she'll
see-
be sleeping. Then she'll
Hey.
remember, oh, I don't have a boyfriend. Then she'll go and look for oil.
So she knows. She knows.
I'm matured. No.
And am I not matured?
Okay.
I am matured.
You expose yourself. I'm listening. Expose yourself. I'm listening.
Please, I'm done.
Oh, but on a more serious note,
What does he want to hear?
What
does he want to
say?
hear?
What do you want to
What
say?
does he want to hear? Mr. Young tall man.
Do you think Fikosi, do you think pornography is good? Is
Yes.
it good? Is it a good thing?
I'll say it for him. Yes.
Hey.
You don't. It's cool. Hey, God, my boys are corrupt.
Hey.
Oh, as for banning it, yeah, it's bad. As for banning it, it's bad. It's very, very bad.
Look at how they be sad.
Like, it shouldn't come close to. It's not like I'm sad, though.
Pornography.
It shouldn't come close to Ghana.
I just pray.
Hey.
I just pray that Mahama would have these mindsets also.
He
To
would.
ban it.
Yes, he should ban up a porn site in Ghana.
You want to have
We
issues
will-
with them? You want to have issues with them? That one there, no. That one there.
One that's created the original porno.
And I don't have a
exploit.
boyfriend.
Okay, should we find you one?
Oh.
Should we find you one?
He's
Should we
single.
find you?
No. I'm not
We shouldn't
searching.
find you
Came by on
You're
his
not
I
single.
want to wait till I'm 24.
Before you have you get a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So you've never dated before?
Oh, I have.
Are you
I
dated
have.
before?
Yeah.
So-
And I don't want it anymore.
Why?
My mom said I should stop.
So your mom wants you to stop boyfriend, but
Please, she doesn't know.
the pornography she doesn't know.
And I'm not saying I watch pornography. I never said that I
Nobody
watch.
is saying it. We are just asking. Hey,
This is very serious.
very, very serious. What is
Oh.
okay. Reggie,
Yeah, that's all.
that's
Today we spent almost 1 hour.
said and
then come on ahead,
pornography. Prime
People watch,
Oh, come
you
on.
don't know.
People watch.
Oh, but it's nice.
Oh, people watch.
Who said that?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't say that.
You didn't say
Come
that.
on, I
No,
didn't
is
say
that you?
It's not me. I didn't say that.
Evangelist, wow.
When you
Evangelist,
do it,
to me,
like,
was
go and
like,
pray about
we
it.
did things before moving into God. We were once in the world
Preach on.
before we went
Preach
to
on.
Jesus.
I'm now coming from the
Primala.
well.
I'm now coming from the
But ladies, thank you very much for the entertainment on Showbiz Arena. I know next week you'll be coming with some much more interesting discussions for us to have on the show. So thank you, Regina. Thank you, Debbie. Today, Debbie won't be joining us. She will be conducting affairs behind the scenes. So yeah. Hey, Debbie.
Oh, thank you.
I asked you to share. Why? I asked you to share.
It's bad for the
Hey, Debbie. Okay, so yes, that was it for the entertainment show bits on the Showbiz Arena. Right away, we are getting into the main conversations with our guests who have arrived in the studio. We have Bygone, we have Vekin, we have a whole lot of people. We have Nana Kese. The conversation is going to be interesting this afternoon. So get interactive, get in touch. And yeah, we will be back in the studios with a conversation very, very soon. Stay tuned.
Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. And we're gonna talk radio 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Martin things about Sam. No, on Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say it. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go be spit fire now. Listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and yes say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no our Play Store and the App Store. Not tune in and say this what you say about life on Facebook, Cointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page and so now listen. I bet you fire 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
Are you ready
to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, I'm Mr. Level Bear. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry Brell. And Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, and we're going to talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding set about Sam. No, on Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say, no artists go join me in the studio. We're going to discuss about music and business. Or you singer and now you're a rapper, you think say you get bars, you go fi spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio and you say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app no, our Play Store and the App Store. Not tune in and say this what you see about live on Facebook, go Instagram, any Ghana Talks Radio page and so now listen. About your fire, 1 year, Wading, Jajan.
Fire. Senior Kontakra Eka here. No, that's exactly how the show is going to be this afternoon. As I have some fireable guests in the studios. I have Bygone, I have Nanakese, I have Molex in here. Very soon, later on the show, we are going to have a Lombini also join us on the show. But big man, Ken Bygone.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Belated, I beg. In advance, rather. Sorry.
In advance.
Yes, in advance. In
advance, now belated.
Charlie, yes, you.
Charlie, oh, no, shady.
Oh, menom, yes, super. Oh, super. It's super.
Nice. Nana. Bogodi.
Aladom.
Send you know why you are theatre. Charlie, oh, be fire. Oh, send the space in the poem side.
Was it man when wear pink? I can't go with it. Ignatius was a new one.
What's it? Brave men were. Charlie, I say more. Molex. Open guess you more quack.
You open his
But so be able to. Oh, we can't say that.
Oh, no, I'm here. Just say, I'm excited to see me in Penny for and all that. So, you know, I have a feeling that today will be a great day. We will learn a lot from them.
Sure. But, Charlie, before we even get into the conversation, say, and there may be a course or internet, so you yes, say there is a difference between an influencer and a celebrity. Now, what's the difference between an influencer and a celebrity?
Oh, an influencer can literally be anybody. You can influence people to somebody. You are an influencer.
Okay.
You can influence people to do all sorts of things, such as. But when it comes to my perspective, you know, with a celebrity, it has some level of standard that you have to meet. Okay. Such as. So an influencer can literally be anybody. Influencing people or whoever. I mean, it could be 2-3 people too. You know. But when we talk of a celebrity, I mean, you have attained that status with, I mean, things that you do in it could be an entertainment industry or whatsoever. So I just say, from my perspective, I don't know if my,
Okay. Sorry, Nana. Yeah. What do you think of an influencer and a celebrity?
Oh, to me, as an influencer, let me say you are influencing a brand. You can be like an advertiser or maybe say a brand ambassador. To me, that's an influencer. And being a celebrity too, it tells a lot. It's like a public figure, being a public figure. So you need to have some standard. You need to respect yourself. You don't need to do anything like saying normal people know will be doing outside. So sometimes you need to have some kind of standard. You are representing a brand. Let me say. To me.
So that's what sets them apart.
Yeah.
Okay. Mo.
Basically, I think the word even explains itself. Someone who's an influencer and then celebrity. Basically, an influencer influences anything, just like Nana said and Bygone said. You can influence anything, any product, anybody, whatever you're selling. But then with celebrity, there's a class to it, at least. But some years back, I think there was a conversation around who is a celebrity and who is not. But I think celebrity there, I can be a celebrity. I'm a community now. I'm a celebrity there. Yes, but influencer, you can influence anything. But being a celebrity, I don't see a difference. They are not the same.
With my influencing punching crama, or my comu and that kind of thing. Yes, we influencers because we influencing and to go and eat outside. So yeah, that's basically how I see an influencer to me.
Meaning how I in terms of the celebrity, I see as a standard, it should be a public figure. Okay. Because celebrity, they make me a molest guy, and I can be in my community. I can do something for my community, and my community will celebrate me. That makes me a celebrity. Because I'm celebrated. Okay. But being a public figure, you are well known for the way. So I'm a celebrity. What have you done for you to be celebrated?
Okay. But the thing, why are they even claiming that celebrity status? Like for what?
Being an actress or being an actor doesn't qualify you to be a celebrity because you've not done anything. To be
celebrated.
To touch people's life, we should celebrate you.
Ghana, can't celebrities are a few.
Everyone say Ibrahim Mahama. People might think when you're celebrity, but
he is a celebrity. Wow.
Or a celebrity because the Hawaiian people celebrate him always.
Wow. Charlie, this is deep.
No, you can attest to that. That is, it's no lie that.
He's doing great, but. And Tiwosha, the banter between the celebrities and the TikTokers, I hear from influencers, in a way, across the celebrities, they don't have a stand to, a leg to stand on for this banter. And
about this thing, it's about time we need to have some classifications. We have a blogger, we have vlogger, we have influencer, we have TikToker,
we have publishers,
we have author, we have writer.
Okay.
All these things. But your man look, he say, be a TikToker. That means you're an influencer. You can be a TikToker, but you don't influence anything. Okay. Audience say you are there. I say even the TikTokers. We have people who act like comedians, but they are not comedians. They feel so more comedian TikTokers. They will be on say he or she is there to stream. Or a streamer or a gamer. Okay. You never be na TikTok. Don't say anything. There will be a TikTok. It will be because of a TikToker. Or the oil or hold on. Okay. And that means I'm a TikTok. That means I'm a TikToker. But it depends on what you are doing. Every month, people get to know you.
Okay. Mo, let me ask this. Let's take someone like Kojo Sheldon, and big shout outs to that guy. He's doing fantastically well. Is Sheldon a celebrity or an influencer?
That's a through question. I want to make a simple.
Although come to the Azuma
because with Sheldon, what he's been doing over the years is basically before when I started watching him, he was just doing breakdowns of songs and all that. And I don't know if that qualifies someone to be a celebrity. But so what I saw from what he was doing, what we are discussing, I think he influenced a lot of us to listen to certain songs we hadn't heard.
Okay.
In a while. So he influenced me in a way to listen to certain songs based on the breakdowns he did. But he being a celebrity in it, I don't know. But now, currently, I think with his numbers that he has, he has gained that thing to qualify to be. Because I saw a video of him having a conversation with the ex-vice president. Yes, and so, it's very small.
So does that qualify? Because
he's a public figure,
but not a celebrity. Okay. Now, you see, Mo mentioned the fact of numbers. Do you think numbers count when it comes to this celebrity?
Sure.
It counts.
Well, from my perspective, right, when we talk of the numbers, numbers can be bought, Charlie, bro. These days, you're on social, people are buying the numbers.
Baby.
So what I say, but irrespective of the numbers that you have, what influence that whatever that you post have on people?
Okay.
I can have 1 million followers, and if I post and then I will say it influences only 2 people, 3 people, bro.
Yeah,
so I don't think we should use the numbers as
okay.
If the numbers you get the numbers in people when you would see Hanomu do it, just like Shatawale and all that. Shatawale is influencing people on the internet and in real life. So that's when you step out, you see how people are following him.
Sure.
That's fine.
Okay.
But there may be, I mean, at a point where someone might have 2 million followers and all that, but we don't know you.
We don't know you. Okay.
You don't even know what you're doing when you post. People are not liking, and then you'll be hiding your post and all that.
Okay.
So some of all these things, I don't think the numbers should be
really
a factor.
Count. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Since I've used Coach Sheldon, it's fair enough to use Kali J also in a certain context. We've seen that guy making ties with certain dignitaries. We can speak of ambassadors, even the presidency and all these people. He started as an influencer, or let's say we all know him as an influencer.
He's still an influencer.
Okay, so it still doesn't grade him in the celebrity category yet.
He's an influencer.
Oh, okay.
Because he has influenced a lot of things like is it Galamsey demonstration and other things are influencing people's life and changing people's life. So to me, he's an influencer. He's not even a public figure. Okay. Because when he goes out, he's been known on. He's not a public figure. He's not a celebrity, but he's an influencer who influences a lot of things.
Okay.
He changes people's life. Okay. To me, no.
Well, just
same as friends, Kwaji Sheldon.
Yeah, just like he said.
He's a content creator and also YouTuber. Then normal.
Okay. And say you should be part. Yeah, you better crack. I say, as influencers, no more impact.
Sure.
Yes, the influencers have an impact and a huge impact.
I think that Omababe change. My friends are marketers.
Yeah.
The real marketers. Yeah. Because now they are the one influencing brands and other products and those kind of things.
Wow.
Because they are the one on more tone and at least marketers or sometimes at night was the celebrities. And they don't hear about celebrities now they don't do their work. One now some are posted about the influencers need the they do video, they even come out with a small content just to sell the product.
Okay. That's fair. I like the much education we've all had on this particular issue. Now, let's get into the real issues of the day. Artist development. When we look at our music industry, we've seen so many brilliant artists come through the industry. Sometimes we hear of them, then we don't hear of them anymore. Sometimes we'll see a record label sign up someone. Oh, Charlie, maybe I queer the Yebe one up, Nipan cry and Tenenka, Yebe one on a record label, no Montem at any idea. Let's take someone like J. DeRoby. Honorable mentions and welcome to Elombini, the man himself, making an entry into the studio. Big one, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bigger one. First of all, apologies for my delays a bit. I was supposed to be on the set 30 minutes earlier.
Sure. We understand.
Ganaman time, so yeah.
Ganaman time, yeah, every day.
But it's unpardonable.
Sure, we understand. We pardon you today. You have to say we are Obeji. Club one of my entity the actual.
Last time I was in Mickey by club.
Last time I was never like club.
Hey, is it an
club?
Is it an okay? Nice. So, Elon, once again, welcome.
Thank you.
We are into the discussions, and before then, about the disparity between celebrities and influencers. I be a little bit of banter between them. Ebinu who omo say omo are celebrities. Ebinu who omo say we won kai are celebrities. They are just influencers parading as celebrities. But what do you really think sets someone aside or apart as a celebrity from an influencer and vice versa?
Okay. Good question. Let me take us a little back a bit.
Yeah.
You see, back in the days when it was solely or largely traditional media, which is radio, TV, outdoor. these things where these platforms are platforms that could be streamlined because there are programs managers. Even with Ghana Talks Radio, you have a programs manager here, or there's a department that takes care of that.
Okay.
Now, moving forward, media has become so exposed on the cyberspace, on the internet, that everybody now has their own voice, their opinions that they freely share on their respective pages, which is allowed.
Okay.
Then again, there are professionals who go to school and study media or study journalism or study broadcast.
Okay.
But in this new age, everybody can disseminate information, so it's difficult to actually differentiate between these two people. Now, celebrities and TikTokers or influencers. Now, anybody who has the clout or popularity is termed what? A celebrity.
Okay.
Regardless of whatever profession the person is doing, as long as they become popular or they're in the popular space or they have the fame, you can classify them as what? Celebrities. So it means that what? If somebody is an influencer, whether they are journalists or they are entertainment people or pundits or whatsoever, regardless of that, they are also what? Celebrities based on the fame that they get.
Okay.
So it's actually a very thin line. And there are celebrities too who can also equally be what? Influencers as well.
Okay.
And here's the problem. For lack of a better word, let me not say problem, because the internet allows everybody to be what? Opinionated, like I said.
Yeah.
So now, how do you control that? It's difficult to control certain narratives, but they have the numbers, and there are people who would move to them and and engage them more than they might even engage, quote unquote, the professional platforms. So it's become very difficult. That's why I keep saying, or I keep telling people that in cases like that, where there are issues of defamation and whatnot, that's why every country has what? Their laws or their legal structure.
Okay.
So if we think that what somebody is doing, being a celebrity or an influencer, is not right, what does the law say?
Okay. Wow. That's a whole different angle of the entire thing. That's why it's always refreshing to have different brains on a platform like this, because you get the education from so many angles, and I really appreciate that. I know the audience are really appreciating what we've just got from all these four strong men. Hey Charlie, I'm power strong four men. No, but I didn't buy a mumty abontina. Quarter mention crananka, the whole year meshika crab. Me no put more ya.
I'll video Baby Bayana.
Oh, fit! Is it an ocean and I can see? As a suspect. Okay. Okay, yeah, so, yeah, that was it from Lombini on the influencer celebrated thing now. Hello, before you walked in, we were getting into the main conversations for the day, which is artist development in Ghana.
Yes.
And as I mentioned earlier, we've seen so many potentials. We saw them picked by some record labels. We saw them thriving, and within a short time, we don't see them anymore. From whatever they started doing, so many years, we felt they could have done much better. They are still doing the same thing. Why has it become so difficult as an industry, the industry itself, to develop the artists that we produce in the industry? Why has it become so difficult?
This I think this topic is wider than just a few hours. Maybe we might probably have to do this a couple of times. But you see, our creative structure, or as musicians, since we are relating most of it to music, so let me just limit it to music. Back in the days, we used to have what? Music and dance in schools.
Okay.
Now, it's no more. Even if it exists, it's more like a luxury, or to some private schools. I stand to be corrected though. So that aspect of our creative sect is broken. Almighty Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah upheld music and the creative arts so that he empowered different types of, musicians back in the years.
Okay.
Then along the line, unfortunately, because of the coup d'etat and all of that, it disturbed nightlife in Ghana and even, but fast forward, the late President Rawlings was able to make sure that Panafest and all these things were very active, and it was giving us, some leveraging, on the forefront.
Okay.
Fast forward, these things are no more. So everybody who feels like, because musicians are making money now, so it's like the music is the gateway or shortcut to just to be famous or to success or to make a lot of money. So people, there are so many musicians who come to me, Elom, I want to do this. I didn't study music as in music, but I have the music ears, and as a producer now, who is still learning the ropes, but I know a lot about the music business, not just the production side, but the music business. People come to you and you can tell that, Charlie, this person, they need a lot of grooming for about 2, 3, 4, 5 years before they even start producing music. But woe unto you, my brothers are here, they can relate. When you tell them that the song is not good or go and correct it,
it becomes,
you are the enemy.
Okay.
They'll go and gang up on you online and say, Charlie. So people are not willing to learn. Also because you see, they see Stonebwoy as an A-list artist now. They'll see Shatawale as an A-list artist now. They'll see Sarkodie as an A-list artist now. They forgot that these 3 people I just mentioned, they rose through the ranks. For so many years, they suffered as upcoming acts before they got to
where they are now. Okay.
And even being at the top is another ball game altogether, because you have to
sustain that level.
Putting in resources, funding, and everything to make sure you are relevant every year from time to time.
Okay.
So that structure, I think, it was broken from the music and dance level I'm talking about. Now, moving it upscale a bit. Okay, somebody's an artist now. It is even more expensive to produce music and promote music now than it was back in the days.
Okay.
Back in the days, you can actually even count musicians. But in your neighborhood here now, if you put up a stage and say you want musicians from this enclave alone,
we are going to get about,
you'll be playing a show for like about 1 week.
And we'll also have people coming in as
artists. So there's a lot of content, a lot of artists day in, day out. As we are talking, somebody has released about so many albums have been released at this moment. So you can imagine. So the more the numbers have become, the more it is difficult to also pull resources to spread among all of them.
Okay.
Even on your show, how many musicians who have released song in this May can you play on your show before you exhaust your show? So it has become more expensive.
Okay.
And that's just one aspect. Another aspect is the grooming. Some musicians, within a week, when you are teaching them or you are grooming them, they pick everything fast.
Okay.
Some are very slow learners. After a year, 2, 3 years,
they are still the same.
And that is their makeup, respectfully.
Okay.
So, as a manager or a record label boss, how long would you spend on that act
for you to pick up before you also make your
And the other side of what I'm saying just now is there's another artist who is not so talented, but you put him, bam, by evening time, they are all over the place.
Wow. Is that luck or miracle or
grace?
Grace.
Maybe. Because you and I know some artists who are very, very good, but they do everything, spend everything, but nothing comes out. And there's somebody that, no disrespect to, they are not so good, or Charlie, the things have but that is what the masses want to listen to.
Let me put you on the spot here.
Yes.
Give an example of something.
I won't mention anybody's name. I won't. You and I know I won't. They know themselves.
I seem to have a question.
Sure.
I would want to ask for my big brother to answer.
Yeah.
You see, when you listen to music of the old people, as of now, there are 2, 3 songs that if you are to mention, you'll be able to sing those songs A to Z. Looking at that longevity from that time up to now, those music are still in existence, right?
Okay.
Now let's compare that to our current musicians, how they promote their music and then all that. Even though the product might be good, but within the shortest period of time, you can feel that the song is no more. Now I want to know from his perspective that what did those, in the old
the olden
Days.
days.
Yes.
The
What
magic.
sort of promotion did they do? What did they do different that those songs are still in
It's
existence?
kept
And
them-
it's, I mean, one way or the other, it's even competing with the current
Yeah.
ones. What did they do different?
It's very
in
simple.
terms of promotion.
You see,
Okay.
back in those days, because the musicians were few,
Mhm.
so like let's say, yeah, Dada Penny, Amachi Dede,
Amache.
he releases an album.
Yeah.
It takes so much time before he comes back with another album
Oh,
again.
okay.
And because the musicians too were few, so the music is able to circulate.
For long.
But now, like I was saying, just your community here.
Yeah.
Look at the number of musicians who are even here. And if you ask everybody to bring a single, if you're not careful, you might be getting no less than 500 songs. So there's variety for audience to listen to. So they feel like, oh, okay, I've exhausted this one. There's new material.
Okay.
I like this one too. So it makes some of the old records like go extinct, I would say, or people don't really listen to them anymore. And also radio structure or TV structure. Oh, New Music Friday.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how about the old ones?
Old ones. Okay.
How are we trying to sustain those old ones? So it's like the focus is on new material. Who's the new artist? Who's the latest banging artist? And also, it's not your fault too. That is what the fans are requesting. So you have to give it to them.
Okay.
Otherwise, Sebi, they will not listen to Ghana Talks Radio.
Okay.
So does it have to do
So
with
we
the-
have to come back and build a structure
Oh, okay.
whereby, okay, the veteran artists, the veteran musicians. Today I was on an earlier media platform and I was telling the host that can we agree and find a way to build structures that, okay, music from the 70s or musicians from the 70s, there are some type of shows that will build for them to go on.
Okay.
And even on radio and TV, there's a slot for them. Then music from the 80s, 90s. You see, so it's like we are building a music library too as well.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So there are shows that they know that, oh, this high life musician or this hip life musician, if you want to see them perform, these are places that you can actually see them perform. But now, almost every big show that is happening, if it's not the A-listers or those who are having a hit songs now, they won't book the ones outside the box, even though they are good or they have good material or they are even good performers.
Okay.
So that is the cause of what you are asking me about.
Bygone ask also. Okay.
Because there's new material all the
bygone,
time.
Can bygone. Yeah.
There's new material. So you see labels spending so much money trying to push. They will do every skit in the world to get your attention.
Okay.
And somebody to want to try harder than the person who did the previous. Let me use our brother Black Sheriff for example.
Yeah.
See when he went viral. Now, Charlie, pressure day. So you as an artist, you are in your corner. What can you also do that is also equally appealing or more appealing than Black Sheriff? So they will listen to you.
Okay. Okay. Ken.
Have I answered the
Oh,
question?
yeah.
Okay.
So then I do understand that most of the thing has to do with the consumers, but not those who make the product.
Yeah, right now that is
Okay.
how it is.
Okay.
And
Alright.
also to chip in, you see, some people they do what? Chewing gum music, fast food music.
Which one is that?
The fast food music or the chewing gum music is music that is like with illusion lyrics. Okay, let's say you are talking about iPhone 16.
And I was it.
2 days penalty.
You are talking about iPhone 16. Or somebody was talking about, oh, you get a girl, go buy a BlackBerry. Where's BlackBerry now?
Okay. Okay.
So
Wow.
when you are putting your lyrics together,
Yeah.
your content together, what is the lifespan of the lyrical story or the
Yeah.
structure you are building?
Yeah.
You go and listen to Obrafo's Mami. From those days till now, it is still relevant. You get yes.
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
You get my point.
These are classics.
These are classics.
Timeless songs.
Timeless.
Every year, every December, Celine Dion is cashing out on that song. So this is Christmas. Timeless record.
Wow.
Evergreen music.
Evergreen.
Bob Marley
I think
sings
it's
One
about-
Love.
I think it's about time
One
they learn
Love
from
is the
reggae
same
artists.
love.
It's about time artists learn from the reggae
The
artists
reggae-
because
yeah.
most of these reggae artists don't even release songs, but still they are old songs.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true.
That's right. You are very right on that. And you see, that's why we have to create music that has lifespan.
Okay.
There are some classics. Rocky, the only song we are talking about reggae in Ghana. Play it anytime, any day. It resonates. That's patriotism, you feel it. Even if you are sad, that song, change, when you hear it. But a lot of our youngsters,
as an Abbasuna,
yes, they are just focusing on
TikTok.
Their lyrics is just about trends.
Exactly.
Trends that are like moving clouds. So once it
goes, then we are about to. Wow. That's deep. Ken, now finally, your take on the difficulty in developing an artist in Ghana.
Well, thank you for the opportunity.
Sure.
Our big papa, our
big papa said
our big brother said it all. You know.
The big man, hello.
Yeah. Our big brother, sorry for the papa. Sorry for the big papa now. I don't believe this.
And I'm saying so.
Oh yeah. It's consistency, you know, you need to be steady, you know. Big boss, welcome.
Thank you.
It's really,
you know, just as he said, he made mention of fast food music lately. These days, when you listen to some of the songs, Charlie, it's very sad. I don't want to mention any name, but I think today I was watching a video of one self-acclaimed popular artist with I mean, I don't want to mention anybody. Oh, you know, you know, looking at a song like this, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of how hard you promote it, it will still be a fast food music. It will pass within a certain time. So what I say, because this song like this, literally, excuse my language, makes no sense in any way. You understand? So I think the new crop of musicians, or why some of the musicians they don't last, is because of the products that they do put out.
Okay.
Because of the music. When you listen to Kofi Kinate's song, you see that, bro, this guy really put in effort in his writing.
It has the potential to live long.
Exactly.
Okay.
So these type of songs are his songs would one word either be labeled as the evergreen music in a way, because it goes a long way. Even 10 years when you listen to Kofi Kinate's song, you still feel that thing in it. So I think the musicians in a way they are in a rush for that hit. Charlie, this trend is going on, we need to jump on because we have to make money. And this musician has buy car, Charlie, Rolls Royce and things too. We also for look sharp then buy some. Okay. And then there's always been a thing, Charlie, that has always been the motivation. Of course, but I mean, sometimes I listen to some song and then I'll just be like, so or making sure say like it will make an impact on people's life before releasing it. You understand? Yeah. Sometimes you listen to the music, I wonder if the person is ever because our baby there's nothing. Bro, I mean no, we need to be serious and I mean we need to be serious on some of these things. Okay. So they should look at the type of content or the type of music that they put out. Okay. Bro, because bad here. I don't think
it's no lyrics now what to know.
Lyrics now, I don't know if they oh, you won't say that, Cassie. Hey, nobody. No, what's your showboy now? You know, showboy. Boy, that's really. This boy likes the
I am showboy.
Yes, but then he was holding some knife, so the wall. I mean, what sort of song is this? So what I say? Oh, boss.
I showboy an artist.
I'm the manager. Hey, me or artist, man, boss. Who's your artist? They hold on. So it has to do with the products that they are putting. I'm so sorry, guys. So you see, so it has to do with the new normal the 12 one thing. Okay. So what I say, I don't have to say much. My big brother has said it all. So tell it to me, you know. I'm more hearing you,
Okay. No. So let me chip in. And one thing about artist development. Sometimes I do blame the record labels.
Okay.
because everyone say we have a record label like Links Entertainment. They will not just allow any like any song out.
Okay.
Because they will groom the artists, they will educate the artists, stage performance, everything. The same thing like friends, they like this record label, KWS record label. Yeah.
Okay.
It is about time those record labels also need to impart to the artists, they do something for the artists in terms of grooming them and before they will come out. Because we have some artists who on because of the pride and how rush he or she wants to blow into. Because sometimes they don't want to learn. And they prefer like bra. But no. Okay. The moment you are under a record label as an artist, no, you need to respect what your manager or your road manager or whatever
tells you.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you to be able to come out with something tangible or something good, at least it can win the masses. Because one thing people don't know, if we're able to win a marijuana kokura, it's not about the youth. The youth need to have TikTok, then it's all. Okay. But if we're able to, that's why Kofi Kinata, Minister say, Ubo Kofi Kinata on period, Babu Kofi Kinata, she's ready to listen.
Exactly.
Those are the kind of songs as artists you need to work on. Okay. It's not about say, oh, I want to do the trend. We have artists or hip hop. People are doing this Nigeria for
Afrobeat.
I'm a piano, so I also want to ride on a piano. I don't see such people as an artist.
Okay.
Because that's a commodore now. You want to do something. Oh, true. I don't see you as an artist because I to be a baby, so I also want to try and see a better here. No, but as an artist, you have to know your trend. That's why I do respect Sarkodie. People were doing is it trap music and dance, but he decides I have to do what I'm capable of doing to be able to sell to the masses.
Sure.
Any ones or tries I want to do this. It is about time and the artist himself or herself need to sit down and learn the same time to the same record label also to has to help the artist for the artist to come up with something good. And that's how they are. But 2 days nature. 2 days nature.
Looking at it, how many record labels do we even have in Ghana?
Exactly. I was actually coming to
the record labels in Ghana are few, right? And one thing I've mostly realized a musician might say they are on a record label or they have someone that's managing them. But apparently it's not that much of a record label. We just have an investor somewhere. You get a road manager and then the investor is putting in the money to the road manager and then the road manager comes out with a plan and then they goes along with it. I feel there's let's have record labels in the country.
We have, but we don't have investors.
Because
it's the same as Nigeria and Ghana. In Nigeria, how many record labels is it popular? It's the same as Ghana, but because we don't have investors. In Nigeria, they have investors.
Okay.
Because in Ghana here, if an investor wants to invest in you, at the moment, I will blow back on. Oh, yeah, can see it. Later, the investor will even regret investing in you because they say, oh, now I have my own shoulder, so I can do whatever I want. Okay. It's not it's kind of the area you crafting in share. So that's one reason people find it so difficult to invest in this Ghanaian artist. Because everyone say loyalty is one thing and also helping because you check this is it Maven?
Yeah.
See the artists. Yeah. Still now they are still under friends but still now they respect and everything. But in Ghana here no I found on some piano. I'm not feeling so my blues, so I'm bigger than even the one who even helped me get where I am. That's one thing I have the Ghanaian artists. We find it so difficult. See everything we are penetrated to the market, like international market near Okay. Well, Anna said,
okay. So,
when I said we've been a ball and another.
Was it trash?
Because
record labels and I those one and I got back now to buy record labels. And I'm not sure that song will be released.
One thing was I will turn our cat back to band. They be now said Game Boys need to be and 9 to artists into they just want to be popular. Also, need any musical idea or philosophy can he or she wants to do something just to be popular. Yeah, I don't classify those people as an artist.
Okay.
Artists
you don't mess influencers. You don't mess influencers.
Before more comes in.
No, let more.
Okay, all right. Mo,
Yeah, I've heard a lot, but I also have a different perspective to this whole thing. When I was growing up, we were talking about artist development, right?
Yeah, sure.
When I was growing up, I used to play football. That was where I actually started from.
Wow.
And there were and there were times that when we are about to finish with our trainings, you find artists on a park trying to get a vocal tone. I didn't know what they were. I thought they were like from churches. Yes. It was later that I found there was actually a studio in my area where the late Baktai and some of these artists were recording.
Okay.
So I think Baktai was one of the people that I used to see around, and then he would just come around to work on his vocal tone to get a tone. We're talking about current artists and artists back then, like Bygone was asking. You find out that currently, when you play about 10 songs, you may think it's one artist, different songs. But you later find out that it's about 10 artists you've listened to. But back then, you play Obrafo, and when Obo comes, you can tell the difference. Even though their names sound like Obrafo, Obo, but when you hear the voice, you can tell. When Lord Kenya comes and Kwade comes, you can tell
the difference.
When Miss Bell comes and Triple M, you know all of these things. I had an encounter with Miss Bell, and I asked a question like that about how they were able to do it then. That 21 years after 16 years, the song is still there. And she made mention of one thing that I think that was one thing I learned about how they were recording at Hasha Studios, and it was recording on schedules. Okay. So you don't just come to the studio and like we just here, you come in like I have a song, let's do it. No, you're working like the way we have timetable in the school. So, you know, Monday I'm working with JQ, Tuesday I'm coming to listen to the mix. So we're talking about timeless music, you know. I think that was one of the things that has kept there. I'm talking about just the hip life era. Elon made mention of Match Day Day, and with what Elon said about Match Day Day, their era was. What I also learned a little from that was that most of the people that they worked with were musicians. They were not just somebody that could play. I'm actually, Elon mentioned that he's a producer. Yeah, so when after football, I started producing. I produced about 2 albums. Yes.
Oh wow,
that's how come I met Fim. And I went in his studio, and he was like, "Wow!" And I was using the system. What I saw when I was playing football is that the artist will come and rehearse for like weeks or months because he has just one session, but he will spend about 1 month getting the vocal tone, getting the lyrics together, and then going to record just one song. But today you find an artist with a laptop on a tabletop in a kitchen and they're recording like a whole album. Rick Ross is way richer than any artist in Ghana. I don't know, but Rick Ross from what I've seen, is way richer. But as his recent album, he actually booked a studio, a recording studio with McMill. I'm like, Rick Ross only studio in Ifiana. But he would go to a professional studio to record. He could also stay in his kitchen and record. So from
they are cooking. The boys are cooking.
So with artist development, it's very tough. From what Nana and Bygone were talking about, labels we don't have a lot of labels in Ghana. You know, when it comes to artist development, it's the labels. Artist development, because the artist he has a raw talent. He only knows how to sing, but to make the singer become an artist, it takes a lot of things from the way he even sits. There are ways that I watch a lot of these foreign artists. Kanye West will be smiling, and the next minute he's frowning. He's playing a character. Here, Ghana, you meet an artist, you don't even know what character the person is playing. But I know for a fact that Kwade is one of the artists I see, like he playing a character. I saw a story. So once you see him, you're able to know that I can. He's identified as a storyteller. But you meet about 10 artists. They don't even know what they are doing. All they do is vibe. You hear a beat, they even go on YouTube to download.
You see Saturday is holding glass. He's playing a character.
And that is it's not even easy to get that. To have there are songs I've heard that I think Mr. Easy when he was coming up. There's a song that I heard Sarkodie's voice like the way in there, and I thought Sarkodie was in the song. He wasn't there. But
that was the
Mr. Izzy
thinking.
used that to promote himself with the name Sarkodie. So even
signature.
to come up with a voice. So branding, like artist development, there's branding. And people, most of us think branding is how we dress.
Yeah.
But even the voice alone is a brand. Jay-Z has done a lot
your
of
interviews, your line of interviews.
Yes.
The type of interviews you go on.
Or you post on your social.
You know, with all that we are mentioning, an artist alone cannot do that. You need people
You need
to
an
actually
entire
develop,
team
yes,
to
to
develop
develop
these
even
things.
how to record, where to record. I know there are people that can sing,
Yeah.
but when you take them to the studio, they have to. You have to develop them not just to sing. I don't know if you know this group, Nico and Vince. One is Ghanaian, one is Ivorian.
Yeah.
The first time I heard their album, the Black Star Elephant, I could hear that one is a singer, one is a vocalist. That's how I heard it. And I had to go back and research on them. And I found out that, yeah, the Ghanaian, I think he is Nico, or I don't know. The Ghanaian was actually coached in the studio how to hit notes.
Wow.
But the other guy was flowing. So here's is that. And even the album that they did, they didn't write anything. It was written for them, sung for them. They come and listen, sing with their voice, and all these things. An artist alone cannot go through all these things to come up as an. And I told my colleague, I know Zaji Jonah. I told Jonah that Joe, I don't think Nico and Vince can come up with an album like this again. And since I heard of them, they haven't been able to come up with an album like that because they had a whole band playing things like musicians. We're all together.
Sure.
So I think when it comes to longevity, you need such people to play because as a mallet song that was played in the 90s, when Mansanabo plays Ryan
you still feel that vibe.
But today a string plays 1, 2, 3 percussions and the song ends like there's nothing. There's no bridge, no chorus, no hook, nothing. Everything just goes raw.
Oh, okay, all right.
On that note, can we say happy birthday wishes to the legendary Zap Mallet, who is 61 yesterday?
Oh wow. Legendary. I mean, it goes without saying. He's contributed a lot to the music industry. Happy birthday to the big man, wherever he is. He's a legend. We celebrate you. God bless you, a new age. Moving into the conversations, we have Fifi Adinka on the line. Fifi.
Hey,
Yo, my bro.
Charlie, Avishia Paso, they are mental, Fiafi.
Charlie, I can't hustle, you know.
Noisy.
Highly sweet, Charlie.
Sure. But I hope everything fine.
Oh, by God's grace.
We thank God.
We are well and kicking, yeah.
Sure. So we have Molex in the studio. We have Nana Kese, Ken Bygone. We have a Lombini also here. Speaking their base on the topics that we are discussing here. And now we are up to you now. Fifi, artist development in Ghana. We've seen how difficult it has become. And you being one of the veterans who has been through with most artists in publicizing their works and all that, why do you think it has become so difficult to develop an artist in Ghana?
Thanks very much for having me on.
Sure.
And I would like to first of all start off with an apology to yourself, my family there, and all listeners.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be there, but I can't hustle.
Charlie. Yeah, we accept your apology. Just what the baby patai, I know dear. Yeah. If you are there. Hello. I think we are having a little bit of challenge with our phone lines, but we will get back with Fifi very soon. So yeah, Mo, as you were saying, I think so. In all, you believe that we are not putting in the best materials to cater for some of these artists, as we will put it, because it needs more than one hand. But as most of the artists, we believe like, Benyami road manager, Benyami publicist, I'm good to go. Media and studio, my record without any. Okay, we have Fifi back on the line. Yeah, Fifi.
Yeah, I was about to make a very brief submission on what you asked.
Sure.
Artist development in Ghana.
Yeah.
It entails a lot. but I would like to touch on the 4 or 3 basic things.
Okay.
First and foremost is the talent itself.
Okay.
How passionate is the musician? And how knowledgeable is the musician himself or herself?
Okay.
You would say, you would find a very fine artist, but with zero knowledge about the craft.
Wow.
Developing such artists is very, very difficult. That's the first point.
Okay.
The second point is finances. We have the school of thought that currently people are not even doing entertainment. It's music business.
Wow.
You push in the money, you cash out. And in our modern days, we don't have investors. Like the way you go to Cantamanto, you see a lot of shops there, everybody selling clothes, lot of things, businesses going on, right?
Yeah.
In the music space, in Ghana, how many record labels, well-established record labels, do we even have here? How many entrepreneurs, like businessmen who will say that, yo, I'm into music business, I do music business. I put in money, I cash out.
Yeah.
We are lacking that. So you would find a very fine artist, but without the finances. That is 2. The third one is the team. You would have a very fine artist, lot of money pushing, with no team. No expertise behind the craft.
Wow.
So it's just like running a business with amateurs, like people with zero knowledge about the business. Definitely is going to collapse. And I'm sure my brothers there would agree to me that there's a lot of fine, let me use the word record labels out there. The money is in there, the talent is good. But nothing is happening for them. Why? Because the people on the ground working don't have knowledge about what they are doing.
Is it the people with the artists or the people with the record label?
No, it's both sides.
Okay.
You know, it's the people with the money that are going to employ the people to work.
Okay.
And they end up employing people with zero knowledge about what they are doing. It's like saying, I have an artist, and I'm going to engage the service of a music producer. Then I pick somebody with zero knowledge about music production. It's not going to work. Or I'm going to pick a graphic designer with zero knowledge. Or I'm going to pick a road manager with zero knowledge about artists and talent management. Or I'm going to pick a publicist with zero knowledge. We treat our industry as some kind of child's play. We don't engage the professionals in it. I respect my brother Elombini so much. You know, he knows his job. He knows how to do it. He has done it for almost everybody. And I can say, by God, they are my people. Like, these are guys who know how to do it. So if you are an artist there, okay, ask yourself, what do I need? If it's street promo you need, there are people. There are DJ Lord Dash. They are killers. I call them killers. Like, they know how to do it. They are professionals. So I think for an artist to be well developed, the right people, the right hands must come on deck. So these are my 3 major points.
Okay. Thank you, Fifi. But Fifi, before we leave you to go, we know you are on the hustle mode today. I know Clancy went to my studio. What in the aspect of the artists, we've learned most about the record labels and the investors from your submission. But in terms or in regards to the artists, what do you also think they do that makes it difficult for them to be developed?
You know, when you are working with an artist with zero knowledge about a craft is very, 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 very difficult. Very, very. But when you are working with an artist with, should I say, a little bit of knowledge about the game, it's very easy. The artist knows what he or she wants. Will come up with ideas. Yo, Charlie, my social media, what would they do? Can we try this? Can we do this? It makes the job easier. Okay. And these days, social media is there for all of us. You can jump on YouTube and acquire some basic knowledge about certain things.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
You would ask an artist, yo, what's the bigger picture like? And they have no idea. Zero. Yeah. You know, Burna Boy is still pushing.
Yeah.
Burna Boy still has, should I say, loopholes to cover.
Sure.
But you ask a Ghanaian artist, and they leave everything to the team. They leave everything to the publicist. They leave everything to the manager. You ask them, and they go like, oh, yeah, the record label will do this and that. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes be innovative. Yeah, that's the word. Innovation.
Yeah.
You come up with ideas. You come up with suggestions. Things that we can do. The Davido is there for us to learn from. The Whiskey is there. Ghana, we have Shatawale, we have Stoneboy.
Yeah.
See how passionate Stoneboy is about the music awards.
Yeah.
You know, someone say, yo, but brother, you are too big for this. But the brother is extremely passionate about it. He exhibits it like, yo, I need the award. See how passionate he promises about his craft.
Sure. Wow.
And it's beautiful when the artists come up with one or two suggestions and things that they should try.
Okay. All right. Fifi, since you've mentioned the Davidos and the Whiskies and all, our next topic for discussion actually lies in that fall. What do you think the Nigerians are doing that is setting them apart from Ghanaians, even our A-list artists? Let's pick the three major groundbreaking artists in Nigeria right now: Burna, Davido, and Wiz. Let's pick our people: Sack, Stone, and
The 3 points that I think we are missing, 3 key things that we are missing. Is the finances.
Okay.
The Nigerians have the money. If they are to produce $1 million, like they need $1 million to host a concert, they would have investors to pump in their money.
Okay.
That's one, the finances. The Nigerians have it, we don't.
Okay.
And even if we have rich men in this country, they are not ready to invest in our craft.
Okay.
That is one. 2, the teamwork, the knowledge, the connects, the link-ups. How many Ghanaians can pick up a phone and call somebody at Apple Music or call somebody at Spotify? Yo, I want this to be done. I want that to be done.
Wow.
How many Ghanaians have linked up to Audiobank? How many Ghanaians have links to the Grammys? Like, you know, it's about connect.
Okay.
We don't have. And trust me, our major artists are currently outsourcing these services.
Okay.
Stoneboy is outsourcing. Shatawale might, I'm not so sure about him, but I think definitely he would engage people outside to run things for him.
Yeah.
You know, these days, music promotion and getting a grand hit goes beyond just sharing of links on social media.
Sure.
It goes way beyond that.
Sure.
A lot goes into it. And what goes into it, that's when we are lacking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Fifi. I think we will leave you here for now. We will come back to you very soon. Keep hustling for the money. We are. My number na momo na why. We are
Definitely. You and I have some unfinished business.
Papa. All right. So thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
So that was Fifi Edinkra on the brothers. Fifi and Swakanaji, and I think most of the things he said were in line with all that we've been saying so far in the studios. it seems that the financing is one big aspect of all these challenges we are facing. But why do you think the investors are not willing to invest?
I would want to disagree to some extent.
Okay.
I've sat on many tables that signed artists. I won't mention the artist names. And some of these artists have
Even
actually
if I
messed
beg
up.
you.
No. And some of these artists have actually messed up investments for labels, for management teams, for investors, big financiers.
Yeah.
So people are disappointed.
Wow.
They don't want to do it. Apart from the finance being part of the problem in our Ghana music space, whereby we don't really have the big spenders in our space.
Yeah.
Attitudinal problem.
Okay.
On the part of the artists, especially, it's one huge thing that almost everybody is running away from. It's like
wow. It's like
an open secret in front of us, but nobody's ready to talk about it. I'm not boxing everybody in that frame, but there are a lot of our Ghanaian artists who are very, very, very horrible with the business of music. And artists, when they have their mood swings, they can tell you they are walking out of your contract.
Wow.
Mo understands what I'm talking about.
That's why he's laughing.
Yes, he best understands. An artist can walk out of your contract and they don't care. The next thing, they will use the media and their fan base to throw the management or the manager back on social media. And who is the fans or the media doesn't probably even know the face of who's behind or who the big financier is. So as a financier who has invested so much and lost, who are you going to explain to? How are you going to explain yourself out of a very complex situation that the media and the fans of that favorite artist is?
Wow.
I'm not saying this is not happening in other jurisdictions, but it's something that has beaten us to the core like a cancer.
In our industry.
Yes. And some of the artists too, let them, they'll come to Ghana Talks Radio, let them get one hit song.
You call them, but they won't come.
Attitude and ego play. They will show you off.
Wow.
You see, so the issue has gone beyond that. And also, on the, I'm glad Fifi said that they are not established labels, because the traditional labels that we know, the Sony Music, the Universal Records, the Island Records, the Def Jams and all of that, these are very huge institutions that have huge departmental roles for people.
Okay.
But down here, because we don't have the resources or the finance to do that, there are labels here, but they are not so established to that level.
Okay.
Even with the Mavis, it took them years to get to a level where they've gotten into partnership with
Universal.
Yes, and all those people.
Okay.
Ghana, we have multiple labels that are doing that or stand the chance of doing those.
Okay.
But there are other factors too, like I tell you, that is the attitude someday inside. If you can't talk right now,
you go ball.
The artists in fans go this you and this your generation, five generations back.
We know they understand. Yeah.
So
you know they understand what
these are some of the things.
Wow.
And some of the labels too, they have the money, but they don't employ the professionals.
Okay.
They want to cut corners, like Cassie and Bygone were saying. Yeah, they like boys. Yeah, BB, that kind of thing.
So
they know that if you need to if you need to be very visible online, talk to Bygone. Employ him on the label as well. The label's face for the online PR or something. Or get to Cassie or me or any other person else. But because they don't want to pay what you are due, they would rather
find just
somebody or
few numbers,
play multiple roles and do what they are doing. And the mediocrity is what comes out to sell us as an industry, that the media will come and bash us and think that we are not doing enough. But there are so many professionals in every discipline, every aspect of the job
who can handle it well.
Yes, record labels.
They are just not brought on
Some
board.
of us are here, we've done a lot of international assignments, international projects. If we are not good, we wouldn't get to that level and be picked to do so. To get on those gigs. So we have the professionals, but how are record labels employing professionals to fit into specific areas of the label.
Okay.
From the production side, who are the best people?
Advertisement.
Yes. Some people don't even know, like Mo was saying, they don't even know their vocal texture, their vocal signature.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody wants to sound the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's sounding stale.
Yeah. Okay.
You see, so there's the problems, they are enormous.
Enormous. Okay. I understand why you said we need to find another time to do a part 2 of this.
It's huge.
Discussion, yeah. But,
Even on the finance
bits, okay.
there's a lot that we can talk about.
Okay. We have Johnila on the line.
Hey, Chebo
Johnny.
be that. Roadmaster.
Big boss.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Maybe how about there?
Everything to your side.
By grace, by grace, by grace, by
Yes,
grace.
sir.
Sure. So I have your brother Lombini in here.
Chairman himself.
Yeah. Ken Bygone is in here. Nana Kesi is in here, and I have Mo himself also in here. Molex is in here as well, holding down the conversations. So we know you are quite busy. That's why you couldn't pass through. But next time we will hold you to your weight. Sure. But then, Begman. Getting into the conversations, we've been looking at why it has become so much of a challenge to develop an artist in Ghana here. Our industry has almost failed when it comes to artist development. And I mean, you have been in the game and in the industry for quite so long. You definitely have an idea of why it has become a challenge for us. So, yeah, we will take it from you.
All right, so this is a very brilliant topic, and I want to say hi to all your listeners and everybody in the studio as well.
Sure.
Yes, so yes, I agree. There's a challenge when it comes to grooming talent in Ghana. Simply, first of all, it's not a formal sector. Let me put it that way. It's not a formal sector where you have to go through a certain process to acquire license to be a professional ABCD, right?
Yeah.
So from passion, you get someone to help you, and most of the things you actually have to learn it on the job. And by the time you realize time is far gone, you've wasted a lot of people's time and all that. These are some of the factors that are facing, contributing to the fact that grooming an artist becomes a huge task, because the question is, do we even have agencies that goes through training? Do record labels even have that? And how many record labels do we have in Ghana that will sign an artist, wait for 3 years, let the artist go through professional training? And when we are talking about professional training, we are talking about the entire artistry, not only how to sing, how to perform, your outlook, how to communication. How to even handle yourself as an artist when nobody is around, because artists behave in a certain way when maybe a Lombini is around, but when nobody is around, is the artist able to handle themselves properly? So you as a manager will not get a negative feedback.
Wow.
So considering the amount of money you have to spend, the resources you have to invest in grooming the artist and all that before you finally say, okay, I'm pushing the artist, it's so much. So everybody's in a rush to do it, right? But elsewhere where, the structure is there properly, it is a formal sector where it is agreed that, okay, you are being signed on and you would have to go through these processes for this number of years. It is done properly.
Wow.
Because I don't think that as we speak right now, you want to sign an artist in Ghana, you tell him that, okay, for the next 3 years, you're not going to put out music. That's what you'll be going through. They will even understand this.
Sure.
Because to a lot of artists, signing is like dashing their money. They don't understand it that signing to some extent means that you've walked into the banking hall, you've signed a document, you receive a certain amount of money to invest in yourself, at which you pay at the long term. Not all of them understand it that way. That's why a lot of record labels sign artists and they start feeling like, okay, you owe them a lot, instead of understanding that, okay, an investment is going on and I need to contribute as a team player to make sure that we both earn.
Okay.
You understand? And even some of these conversations are supposed to be, done at the preliminary stage with the artists for them to understand. But again, as I mentioned, because it's not a formal structure, it's very difficult. And let's look at the big players in our music space here in Ghana. Most of them are music fans, you know, our boys, and okay, you get money, you want to sign some artists. Even they themselves want to see the artists on TV, they want to see them on this stage A, stage B, without any proper grooming and all that. So it's not only the artist side, but the people who are even handling the business side of the music. So I feel we, not only the artists, but we need to start this conversation from an angle where we educate people who want to invest in this space. Let them understand that even you, the investor, even you, the person who wants to start a record label, you need to understand how the system works, how the structures work, who you need to engage, who is supposed to do what. You have to run it as a formal structure where proper planning, execution will be done before you even engage the artist. Then with that, the very day the artist will walk in, they get to know that, okay, it is not what I think, but it's a whole setup where you have to go through a certain process for 3 years before you even put out your music. And when you put out your music, this is what you are supposed to do. So if we are able to implement this conversation across board, if people are able to implement it properly, I believe all these things we are talking about over time, we'll be able to deal with them step by step.
Johnny, would you say that per what you are saying, we believe that the system itself is not structured in a manner to make these things possible? Do you think the industry as a whole, the industry body as a whole, can make it a formality for these structures to be met? So if you're a record label, this is how it is supposed to be done.
Yes. And it always starts with some one or two people. Because when we say industry, over the years, we've seen it being a media conversation, blah, blah, blah. But who takes the force and say, okay, it is going to start with me? A few years ago, artists were, were uploading songs. When we're, putting songs out for artists, we were uploading the MP3 file. It takes people like Lombini, myself, Fifi, Zeda, and Co. to say that, okay, henceforth, we are not going to put out songs for people to download the MP3. They are now going to stream. Now, that thing was started as something remote among ourselves. Unconsciously, we've been able to push it. Now, artists are able to make money from their music. Now, the reason why I'm reading this conversation is for the fact that, yes, whatever we are discussing today, it is possible, but we need some big shots to lead the conversation and say that, okay, listen, I'm starting a record label, or my record label is going to sign an artist, but the first 3 years is going to be grooming. The next this is going to be this. The next this is going to be this. So that it becomes a blueprint for whoever is also coming into the system, because it is done elsewhere across, the world, even here in Nigeria. They will tell you, some of the artists from Maven's record, they will tell you that, oh, I've been with Maven's for 6 years. But all this while, I was at the academy learning about everything, even how to lace my shoe. So if this conversation becomes bigger because somebody started it here in Ghana, over time it will peak, because it is even going to make business sense to people. So it is doable.
Now, John, before we leave you to go, you mentioned Mavins, and so that brings us to our next topic for discussion. If you look at the Nigerian music industry, and you look at Ghana, the Nigerians are hitting a stride that we are yet to even dream of. Let me put it that way. We know there are big three in persons of Berna, David, and Wiz. Down here, we can speak of Sack, Stone, and probably now Can Promise. Nana Kessi says I shouldn't mention a certain name, else he will throw blows with me in here. So since Ken has been doing a lot of the exposure for Ghana lately, let's put him in that space now. So look at this three that we have. Look at the three that they have. Look at their entire music industry as a whole, and look at ours. They are filling the O2s, they are the Grammys, this and that. What do you think they are doing right that we are failing to do to meet that standard of international?
So I think their knowledge when it comes to the music business is very important.
Okay.
And I also believe that they understand the power of bigger networking.
Okay.
Now, these people don't only go there with music, right? The approach is so big that, okay, so is Whiskey going to do a concert?
Yeah.
But there's fashion something in there, right? There's always something, not necessarily the music. So they package the whole thing to you, for you to understand that, okay, this isn't just about one night's performance. Yeah. It's a whole movement that is coming to experience something. So that is one. Now, secondly, as I mentioned, networking with bigger agencies and all that. It is easy for Nigerians to walk into the space and do ABCD. Why? Because back home in Nigeria, there is a UBA bank that is working with Whiskey, and Whiskey goes into that conversation and says that, okay, listen, I want to do O2, I want to do ABCD, I want to do ABCD. So let's divert resource ABCD into that.
Okay.
So this time around, it is not Whiskey leading that conversation, but there is a UBA fronting that whole conversation, and Whiskey going to perform. It's just one side of the ball.
Wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But when was the last time we've seen like major brands here in Ghana fronting something for us? The last time I've seen somebody trying to do that was when Nam1 was able to lead our people to the BET.
Yeah.
And that is beautiful because he led them not only as a label boss, but as a businessman.
Okay.
So it was going to be easy for him to say that, okay, can we plug in our business in here? So if it works, then it is easy for Stonebwoy to go and do a tour in America while doing other stuff with BET directly and indirectly. Wow. So we need to expand that space. And see, this conversation goes beyond what the artists should do and what the artists are not doing.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a national conversation, national initiative where we have the ministries partnering, the agencies playing, what's the name? The embassies and all that playing a certain role. I think it's about time we close that gap between our creatives and the people who lead government conversation in other countries.
Sure.
What I mean is that if Sarkodie is going to do a show in Barbados, it shouldn't be Sarkodie and let's say the event organizer only.
Okay.
There should be government representation in there. Then it makes it very official. Then you see that, okay, it's no more one-way thing, but there is a whole business around it.
Wow.
Do you understand? Because we often see this happen elsewhere. You see, let's say, Davido going to do a show in a country you don't even think of. And while going for that official visit, there is something consulate to Nigeria in there. Something ambassador, something in there. So it always makes the conversation very heavier. It makes it look more business than just music. Wow. So I think these are the things that we need to, and when we are able to meet people in government, these are some of the key things that we need to be telling them. Okay. If we really want to sell Ghana, then music is one way we can get there because music travels so far. And it's bridging the gap faster than any other thing. So if we are going in for this kind of conversation, let's use music. Let's engage the artists. Artists are so much into school education, blah, blah, blah. Even before that, they are good when it comes to this thing. Why don't we engage them? It looks like we always want to go and represent it one way, come and put some big story out, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, it's not reflecting on the ground. So it is possible, and this is the way forward.
This is the way forward. Hello, you wanted to?
Yes, you see, like I was saying the other day that
Johnny, Elon wants to share something with you, so
I'm sure he already knows what I'm about to share. See, about the Black Star experience. I was telling somebody the other day that how many countries do we have in the world? Close to 200, right?
Sure.
Let's just even break it into half, 90. Let's say 90 countries. Ghana is having embassies in all of these countries. Arguably. So what prevents government from saying, okay, this year, all these countries that we have our embassies in, they have what? Their year calendar of events. Fly 90 Ghanaian artists. Do you think we go there the beef?
No. They're busy.
Wow.
We are busy touring. We go there hear the beef artist, the beef radio presenter or TV presenter. We go get time.
Artist the beef podcast host.
You get my point. So like what Jonilla was saying, it's an extension of the artist to a governmental level where there's government representation.
Yeah.
Do you know there are some countries that even government wants to break some conversations, but they can't, but musicians can help them do that.
Wow.
And Nigerians have been able to lead these conversations for us for years, for some years now. Sebi, some years back, when you mention Nigeria, what comes to mind?
Fraud.
Mo and Cassie just mentioned something, right? But now when they mention Nigeria, what hit you? Afrobeat.
Sure.
Afrobeat.
Sure.
If not Afrobeat, Nollywood.
Sure. So their entertainment industry itself
and they've been able to resource and empower themselves financially and with human resource.
Yeah.
They are featuring hip-hop artists left, right, center, R&B artists like just their backyard neighbors.
Yeah.
And now the Americans and the Europeans even want to come to Nigeria because they see that we have the numbers here.
Wow.
So why can't our people in government, they listen to us, as we they talk for here, they watch me, they listen. But how to implement it? Even on the decentralized level, at the district assembly level, there's what Center for National Culture. How are the people there working for the district assemblies or their constituencies? Every time, everybody wants to blame successive presidents. But at the local government level, assemblyman for there waiting to for a first some change, but just they go collect tax, go chop.
Now then they pay themselves $1,200 a month.
That's what I'm saying. That some are doing well, but generally that is not the case. Center for National Culture. Charlie, I hear some of my boys from Water. They say they fly them go someplace. The money they pay them, they forgive them. Say somebody pocket them.
Oh, Charlie.
See, and these are people when they come out to talk, they will stifle, they will close them in more. So
they'll corner you.
Yes, so they are scared to talk. If people like me, bygone or my brothers here no talk, who will talk? Them are money, them are smoke a cry away.
So like a cry,
and the money self they pay them, they for pay themselves. It no be Ghana government self they pay. It be the hosting country they pay the money. Oh, they go fit squeeze them. That is what somebody told me agreeably. I know they but that be what they tell me, and I've heard it in different conversations.
Wow,
why are we doing this to ourselves?
See, I think it's about time we celebrate Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, Shatawale.
Because they are doing the most.
We need to celebrate them. Yeah, please, are you with me?
Yes, sir. We are.
Yes, I was saying that.
Yeah.
See, if you look at the work Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, Shatawale, R2Ds, all these guys have done over the period. I mean, for the past 10, 15 years, they need to be celebrated. Why am I saying this? They've been able to do this independently.
Yeah. For so long too.
They did this at the time where music wasn't crossing border.
Yeah.
Now they've been able to influence it in their own way, and Ghana music is also recognized alongside.
Sure.
You see, and it hurts so bad that we still see them do things independently. We don't see government coming out fully and say that, okay, this person needs support. Look at the stages these people have been bringing during their own concerts. These are stages that even government agencies are not able to afford.
Sure.
What should they need? Sometimes all they need is, like, I mean, some
little push,
like the former president will say, "My man, Stonebwoy is coming next week. Give him sakpakpa."
Yeah.
All these things are so difficult, and it's so bad. See, there's one thing I want to put across. See, it's about time the big shots in the space.
Yeah.
In as much as they all have their interest, everybody knows where they belong and all that. But I feel we don't have a single voice. We don't know what we are fighting for. Because if you ask me what should we be fighting for right now, it's about time Ghana music from Ghana has a voice on the global stage. Because see, let's look at how the Nigerians were able to polish the Afrobeat narrative and push it to the world.
Yeah.
To the point that they even wanted to make it look like high life is from Nigeria. And we put in Ghana and bash them so much, but then the cash is going to them. And these are, see, there are a lot of international festivals. See, it will be very beautiful if let's say every year we have Ghanaian artists. See, Amare just going to do whatever he wanted to do. Let's get somebody to at another place. Let's get somebody here. Let's get somebody, like the strategic countries we want to partner with in development. If we are buying coal, let's say if we are buying coal or whatever we are buying from China, strategically, let's use art, let's use our culture, let's use our music, because China, everywhere they go with the frog, they go with their music and everything. Recently, they had a festival at the Legon something. Legon, what's the name? The sports. And you see their people dancing. I'm like, so all these Chinese are in Ghana. They are selling their culture. Don't we have Chinese restaurants here in Ghana?
We have
a lot of them. It's strategic positioning. You see, Ghana, we are so lonely at the top, and it's so bad. It's not helping us. You understand? We read that many years ago, Nkrumah was traveling with bands, troops, artists, and all that. That is how come we got the recognition. You listen to veterans, veterans in the creative art industry in Nigeria, and they even know this better than our own people here.
Ourselves. Okay.
Because Nkrumah gave that exposure to our, our creative space. I don't know why it's so difficult. Even state events these days, you don't see our artists doing so much. You go to like state events proper, and they are playing like a mixture of Ghana, Nigeria. And so, but when you travel outside, you get the feel that you're in a different territory. But Ghana, it's like we are becoming too cosmopolitan, and we don't know what we are marketing. Like on the ordinary day, when you step on the street of Accra, what do you see? What do you see Ghanaian? You don't see anything Ghanaian in recent times. You didn't see our common billboards. But go to Benin here. See, immediately you step there, you know that you are in Benin. Why? Because the commercials you see on the street is a representation of the country. The music everywhere, you forget the fact that it's a francophone country. Like it is so intentional. And I think Benin, they even package their space more than the way we package here in Ghana. In as much as Angelique Kidjo is not like always there, but it also contributed to a global success. That is why it's always doing something back home. But who are we pushing out there to say this person should also bring something back home for us? So you see, these things, we need to really look at it. If we really want to get our music out there, we are struggling with streaming, we are struggling with marketing, we are struggling with budgeting, we are struggling with everything. Meanwhile, we have gold.
Charlie. Now as you say, Johnny Sef the Cambo.
And you know what they do when you talk like this, when they eliminate, like they prevent you from accessing any space. It's happening. Do you understand? So certain places, you know that, I have to meet this person, or you see this person, you will not see them. Because they think you talk about it too much. You understand? Let's stop all this cosmetic thing we are doing for the media to believe that we are doing something. When you live there, everything shows empty.
Charlie, Johnny, thanks so much for your time, for the education, for the elaboration, bro. So
you know what? One time, catch a Lombini to the studio for one-on-one. He has a lot to share with the world.
I hear. Hello.
Thank you very much.
Johnny, I'll also find time and catch you one-on-one. You have a lot to...
When we are done with the Lombini.
Okay, bro. Charlie, thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend as well. Sure. So that was that was Johnila giving us so much to digest on the issue at hand. But Charlie, easy.
I want to say something.
I beg. Say
I want to say something. With regards to what Elom and Janila said about the national agenda, I have this friend who was an artist. He's from the north He actually got Afrima when he was even popular. He had his nomination those times.
Yeah.
And he happened to live in Kenya for some time. He actually had a business ongoing there. And then he just walked to Coke Studio to have that connect there. And the only question they asked him was, who's your backing? And that was the end. That was the end of the conversation. Who's your backing? He went and he was like, oh, I'm me. Like, no, we can't have a conversation with you.
Hey.
Yeah, Coke Studio. That's what he told me. I was like, so he couldn't do anything. He said, Charlie, that was the end of the conversation.
Wow.
Because even when you phone back home, Charlie, they will call somebody else, maybe come place you for them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So going like with what Ellen was talking about the Black Star experience.
Yeah.
If he had gone in the name of the Black Star experience, I think the conversation would have been better.
It carries a lot more weight
than he going as a pet, an individual. So end of conversation.
Cry, Charlie. If you don't get back in there, then you don't get weight.
Yeah,
Charlie. I think the industry should engage the government institution, the Ministry of Tourism.
Our industry players have done that too,
and it's still not.
It fell on deaf ears,
Charlie.
So it's not like the industry players or people on our side are not pushing as well. They are pushing. They have pushed, but sometimes to people get their own favorites. So you bring your policy, they go read inside, and it makes sense. Okay, my guy, go take pass back and implement it with somebody else.
Oh,
so now would you go and put your ideas on somebody's table? That one today.
Be true, Charlie. So our time is up. I wouldn't even say almost up. It's up. But then, moving forward, what do you think we should be doing?
Sorry, but seek your own selfish interest in a positive way. That will project you and project your country. That is me, my mindset.
Okay.
Sorry to disappoint.
I'll drop a funny story.
He understands what I'm saying and where I'm coming from.
You made mention of attitude of artists. Okay. Yeah. And I was commissioned to do music videos for certain artists that were signed by some top artists, and trust me, so there are two stories. So one, the artist, yes. So the artist was signed. They did the first song. They sent it to me. I did a video. That was one. And then after some time, the artist got it because he was getting popular small on this TikTok. So he had a call from his hometown that they booked him for a show. And he quickly went past. He told the label, like, oh no, we are grooming you for something big.
Yeah.
He was like, Charlie, the label is sabotaging him, and he left. And do you know how much he went to take for the show?
How much?
600 Ghana.
Charlie.
And he went to do it. He went there and he didn't return. He didn't return to the label again. Obian Pamono. Yeah. He didn't come. 600 cedis. And then the second one has to do with the female. You know, most industry is male dominated. We have a lot of males than females.
Yeah.
And this female too, I was commissioned to do music videos for. I did the first one. They sent songs, like 3. We are shooting 3 videos. I did the first one. I was waiting for the 2. I wasn't hearing from them. And I called to find us, like, the artist, Obano, her boyfriend is influencing the lady. Like, show by this time, you have to slay.
Charlie!
This is a very true story. The lady dropped under a label, 2 ladies.
The lady just dropped off, and that was the end of investment.
Ha!
Yeah.
Yes.
So going forward, I know we spoke about attitude. Yeah. Going forward, if we still have this attitude, then investors won't come.
In the case of one, the lady service is a good thing though, but they pregam quick.
Like intentionally.
The man catch and pregam. And the label has already spent. So if you are the label boss with your investment, your investment will be that way somebody catch them, hatch them.
you know what are the picture?
You have to wait for the next 2, 3 or 4 years. And Sebi, we all respect you. Some ladies, after giving birth, the shape and form and how the brand sustainability was supposed to be can't be the same. So you have to start from ground zero. So these are some of the things that we are talking about. Hey, you go tire you,
Charlie.
Hey.
But the
congratulate label owners and artist managers.
Like, they are forced now.
Some of us they have several did the chest inside.
Like
some of us the heart self no did the chest inside. If you can manage an artist, and put up with every other behavior. Actually, go feel handle woman. Because women they give attitude pass, so you go fit.
Yeah.
Arguably. In a respectful way. And also not to say that Ghanaian artists are like that. There are some very extremely good Ghanaian artists that I've worked with and I'll always work with.
Sure.
Charlie, they know they give stress themselves. They make the work more easier. But some, hey, you go tire you.
Charlie, it's easy. Nana?
About the attitude, no?
Yeah.
Let me use the video as an example. I remember there was an event.
Yeah.
The moment the video entered, I think he saw one of, I don't know, so a king was this chief's news.
Yeah.
This guy went there, bow, then greet, but in Ghana, oh, or by a bossy, feeling and say like he's like or a popular than
respectful ones.
Yeah. No. I've seen a couple of times a big artist, big man. They want the big man. They want the big man.
Rest your case forever.
No, they want the big man rather to come and greet them.
Wow.
How? Because he recently, but I don't want to mention it.
Mention.
Oh, that was Ibrahim Mahama. The person said Ibrahim Mahama. I don't know. Maybe he wants Ibrahim Mahama to rather greet him. But Ibrahim so they all, you know. Later you went to greet him. I didn't say. It's about time some of these our artists. You need to know. Say if this one is an investor, Charlie, the opposite the film craman because that's your music is your life.
Sure.
And not bet me their family.
Sure.
So maybe when you see someone and say the person is boss one, just be humble.
You can actually benefit from the person
just
one or two
just
ways.
Stay humility and the open moon them.
Doesn't that make you an opportunity?
No,
I need to humble yourself then and have that patience. But we also need that kind of blah blah blah. I know that is not going to help. So the attitude aspect in there is very important. It's very, very important.
And one of the things that I would want us to touch on is the network, and I think everyone spoke about it when we were speaking of what the Nigerians are doing better than we're doing. The networking became one of the most. I say recently, Stonebwoy called Showbiz negotiated Taylor Swift. He wanted to make her a queen, and it became exactly
what he wanted. He made.
Okay,
he made that.
So he made
a Ghanaian make mockery.
Exactly.
Shatawale fans. Now they're fat.
Okay, get now.
Hello, it's fat.
So, I say in such instances, it will make the next artist feel that who have double minds. I'm approaching this person as well. Some crowds we hear him with me. He asked me, "Do have me belittle me?" Charlie, they make I just forget they know. You name your bra penny beer or no uncle bet to me a year or forget all. But what would be your advice to some of our artists or most of our artists? Because honestly speaking, they haven't reached there yet. I had maybe a internationally, no, maybe a mondo. Sa pride ni ego, no, maybe they should drop it a little bit. And you don't say. Was the networking? I think it is a huge factor as each of us here.
That's very true. I don't think there's anything wrong with you trying to create connections outside your territory. You can only think low of yourself. If Ghana is your target audience, that's fine.
Then that's fine.
If Ghana is the people that, or Ghanaians are the people you want them to listen to your music, and you don't want your music to travel outside the country, that's fine. But we always use Stonebwoy as an example because Stonebwoy is always at the front line, you know, creating the connections and all that. However, there are people who see this as blah 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 blah. Bro, it's not show. Me more Wale fans, yeah.
I don't know why.
Me more Wale fans. Yeah. So as I say, irrespective of whatever you do, I'm sure say even if it was Shatawale who was also on the other end, like Charlie, there are 1 or 2 Stonebwoy fans, they would also, you know. Try to.
We are talking about one of the biggest, most streamed artists in the world.
So what I say, so it's good that you create the connection outside, and there's nothing wrong with it. Regardless of how big you are, you will still need people at a point in your life. You still need someone to help you to get on another level. I think that there was this program that Kim Promise was, it was, And Kaisenat saw him and was like, yo, yeah, that guy who did that song. And then, you know, that vibe alone, it was nice. Yes, it was the Grammys. You understand? So it's good that our artists create the connection. Forget about what people are saying. Only you know what you want. You know what you want to achieve. You know your goals. So when you go creating this connection with these people, forget it. Then we bet the internet account, and you know, Charlie, the connection that I should create, one day, one would rather put me at the front. I should. No, bro. Sure. It's, you know, everybody you need there. But that's fine. Anybody there,
okay. But I mean, I know that this will sound a little bit controversial, but men fan chipping once I Stoneboy Dinya Bamui. Was after TGMS, no? He congratulated Promise, and Promise ignored. And our baby are movie.
I think there was commented about that. He said he would rather not want to comment about that tweet. So, Charlie, I be last year into after we need to congratulate him.
Stumbo says not that deep.
Yes. So, for me, Charlie, let's treat these things as like a pinch of salt. Charlie, big artists they will focus on. World Cup they come. How which artists we go take? Ghana government will take go play. For talk about those.
That'll be another thing.
Afcon World Cup near the Nigerian for no more performing.
Was that back there? I think the last person I on such a platform. Was it Stoneboy?
Yeah, it was Stoneboy. Oh, okay. The Qatar one was Stoneboy. I think for the fans was.
Oh, okay.
I was, and I also heard Sarko was supposed to perform in some show Vienna.
In France.
The women empowerment and also
I must say, I call you
because of the Nelson issues.
I'll be winning there.
But sometimes, as a big brand of Sarko, that have beef, I think that
it wasn't worth it.
Because women empowerment, actually, women, Uncle was agreeing with Manchester.
Yeah, it seems that the world favors women in so many ways.
So if women there,
I'll disagree with you on that. I'm standing for men empowerment.
Okay. And I
brother support brothers.
Yeah,
I know, but women,
you know, Sebi, women are more of humans than men.
No. Charlie.
Oh, you want a blood, you know, green. No.
Charlie.
Men don't have green blood.
But that is how the system has been built.
So let's change the system. We created the system. Human beings created the system. Arguably, let me be using the arguably. There are laws domestic laws. Charlie, if they say some man rapes a woman right now, hey.
Yeah, me say I'm fine and I'm power. Like,
system.
But I can't so bad be a rapey bear man.
The first reaction is you man said they chop you away. So let's not I'm of an equal mindset. Let's not say because somebody's of this gender, so are they guilty? Are they right?
Yeah.
That is it. Let's deal with it just like that. Sure. Regardless of gender.
Okay.
You see, the most number of suicide cases are committed by men.
Sure.
Because men have bottled issues within to the point that they feel that society has been biased against them. That if they can't find a way out, then that is when, unfortunately, the men take their actions into their own hands and do the unthinkable. So let's find a way to create that balance. Me, they say women empowerment. I did the number one.
It doesn't mean if they are wrong, you will start.
I was raised by my mother, my three aunties. Yes, my three aunties, my grandmother, my great grandmother. So many generations. So when it comes to women empowerment, I'm there. I've worked with one of the biggest female artists in this country from nowhere. Yes, so when it comes to that, there are people who are having certain agendas,
feminist
sisters support sisters,
and they want it's more of a revenge than an empowerment thing. No, I don't support that.
Okay. I think most of the issues regarding what the Nigerians are doing better than what the Ghanaian industry is doing was addressed by those who spoke on the phone. So within the few minutes that we have left, I want us to touch on them. I'll take Mo first. Mo.
You see why I was there, Mo? Because you don't talk well.
Okay, so with what what our neighboring countries are doing.
Yeah.
When you see some of the things. Let's just take this example. Okay, this scenario. How many the things our neighboring countries are doing that we are probably not doing. How many Ghanaian artists have you seen feature international artists, and then those international artists have featured other artists in Ghana? When you go to Nigeria, you find one artist feature maybe a top American artist. You find about 4 or 5 artists featuring the same international artists. In our space, it's quite dangerous to give your network to another person.
Wow.
They might go back
and
then many foreign international artists feature my artists, and I give you the connect. You probably go back and tell them that, oh, Mikra, I'm just a small boy coming up, and then they just cut the connect. But in the other space, I watch a lot of Nigerian videos like, is it that they have their contact with the artist directly that after recording, maybe Emi Alade records with records, and then you find another artist in Nigeria recording with records. Like it happens. But Ghana, you just for any tutu. This international artists that are featured with Ghanaian artists. How many Ghanaian artists have also featured with these foreign artists, like the same foreign artists? And so these are some of the things that our neighbors are doing that we are not doing.
We are not so able to do.
You can share the contact, but it's dangerous. Yes. It's dangerous.
This be deep.
Yeah.
All these things.
And these are realities.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't want to talk about it. You said before you started talking, because should I say it or should I not say it? It's a reality. It happens all the time.
Wow.
You go introduce somebody, hey, they will gang up against you. The bad one. So.
But then, hello.
But you see, I don't also want us to box ourselves in the Niger conversation. There are over 50 countries in Africa. Do you know what Moroccan artists are doing that we are not seeing here in our media space? Do you know what Ivorian artists are doing that we are not seeing in our
Tanzania?
Yes. You soon do. One of the biggest African musicians of all times. His repertoire will scare you. Salif Keita. Mama Angelique Kidjo. Yes. Kofi Olomide. They're huge. But we always seem to be boxing ourselves in the night. It's good that we are using them because they are our Siamese twins.
Exactly.
Yes. But they also see us as we are the people who authenticate them before they get the global prominence. So we shouldn't see them as we are boxing ourselves into that conversation or as if they are the threat for us.
Okay.
Let's work with them. Let's learn with them.
Okay.
But plenty South African artists. Do you know what Black Coffee alone? But I hardly hear anybody in the media use Black Coffee as an example.
So I think fairly it's just because of the banter we have with the Nigerians.
So let's move away from that. I think there are other African countries that we can play shows, do media activations in.
Okay.
We activated Kaki in Zambia. Even at the time that when she even left, she was still banging in Zambia.
Wow.
So we should look at other African countries that we can do things. There's Mozambique.
I think is it Togo or Bisakele?
No, Bisakele, Ivory Coast with Umar. That connect. Gabon. You see, Magnum after Kaki. Magnum plays Zambia back to back. Collector. You see. Wow. So let's not always box ourselves in the Nigerian conversation.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good.
I will say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Nana, thank you.
SM say thank you.
Oh,
big shout out to Back now to Back. Song of the week.
Let me chip in this.
Yeah. What does it thank you?
As I said, never mind. About this Nigeria Ghana collaborating with this American artist and I said foreign artists. We have Wizkid. Maybe Wizkid will collaborate with this guy,
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. Same time, Chris Brown also record with Davido.
Yeah.
At the same time, to Davido record with this guy, Chris Brown. But in Ghana here, Stonebwoy will record with maybe artists be from America.
Yeah,
but artists will not do anything with Stonebwoy.
Okay.
That's one thing we need to check because I don't know why everyone say artists be better recorded with American artists. The same artists but in Ghana here no.
Okay.
Also because of our personal sentiments. Our respective personal sentiments. So I feel like if my artist has recorded with more as producers for my artists, Bygone's artist doesn't have to go there because I have issues with Bygone. In Jamaica they don't care. Not nice to record my Bado, record Vibes Cartel.
Wow.
They don't care. Wow. So these are some of the things that we need to look at. So much internal conflicts. There are conflicts that two conflicting artists will sit here, they will fake it.
Even events,
but once they move out,
the moment you see
events is where these things happen.
And Bygone,
the running order performances.
Bygone they on bill now. The moment you won't say Bygone was
or you say it won't go before Bygone. Bygone come go stay. So it's sabotage him.
Like Charlie.
Our industry now can say here you.
Okay.
I think so. When it comes to maybe the second, so we had to support the featuring issue way back. That moment I felt it was like a gateway for but I don't know what happened. Is it if it was because of statue now when Sina I don't know. No, like I'm just waiting.
And most of our artists also like featuring people outside their career.
It's fading away. It's fading out or something.
But Alicia Keys.
No, not Alicia Keys. Friends, this lady. Oh, Nidino Kramer. Oh, no way. I don't remember. But Chris Brown has been doing music. Consistently, he has been doing music. So
I believe so.
The network issue here is very important.
Very.
We don't have people. We don't have the connection. Because those people like Akwaba, those people now created that network. But in Nigeria, they have gurus or man. We have one guy here. I think he's even close to this guy, Kenny. It will, as a person, Nigerian person, very close to you have that link to most of these big artists.
Sure.
But in Ghana here, no. We only have
Denta is doing well.
Denta too is Denta, but who's a Denta? You know. It's different.
She needs more empowerment, more resourcing.
Wow.
Such person you can, if government appoints her, say maybe you heading this diaspora kind of and heading something where you so you can create that connection between the artists here
and they will come for you Nana.
But the moment they appoint you actually be in a one party near campaign but tell you I drain on
sir. We should be looking at the
broader picture.
And I know share valid.
You are talking about that.
Hello, madam. I see. Can we be again? So
I am speechless, Michael Jackson.
Samini legend, but that's Samini there for 20.
What attack is Samini?
Oh no one is attacking me. We were him so you say, and I for now you say no you say let them do their thing. Don't
so he's trying to pitch his
you can share the idea. But everyone is saying near maybe one of my criteria because we know sabotage people current government man. Because as the president in our days not quite.
Decoding the facts.
We thank God for our fires, but
we really thank God. Gentlemen, it has been the most educative, most interesting, most impacting conversation on the Showbiz Arena. I thank all of you. Alombini, I thank you for your time and your grace. Ken, as usual and as always, gracing the Charlie. On the
kill the Bible.
Aqua Lutrans be pound Ghana open trainer you
So Ken, thank you so much. Nana,
yeah, bro.
Thank you so much. The whole team of that we share in there. I mean, him say baby who am I?
Man, show me any view. We are saying, I think that you.
Yeah, boss suspect. Yeah, we are boss suspects. Yeah, audience and go for and more. Charlie, deep insights you gave us on the show today. Thank you so much. Thank you all for your time. I will be so glad and honored to have you more often on the show. So once again, thank you, gentlemen. And to our beautiful audience, I thank you for making time with us. Throughout the entire show, you've been with us. I want to thank you. We will be coming your way same time next week to bring you some more exciting, entertaining news of education. Sorry. My name is Pakwesi Omar once again. This is where I sign out for the day.
Ghana Talks Radio in a mix. The best music in the world. The best music. My favorite station. Ghana Talks Radio. This is big. Yes. More. Cool. More music. Ghana Talks Radio.